Zirak.
I am here.
Please.
Present.
Falk is here.
I'm here. Sorry, I having issues with Discord.
No problem. Rudy?
Present.
Is everybody able to hear everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard everybody.
Let us... Okay, now that I found the right place here. Who would like to do the recap of what happened last time? Bonus points if it's not Thalion.
Last time on A Brave New World, after resting and then with Rudy putting disguises on everyone and making Falk look like the witch that that they helped release amongst the world, they decided to go back into the dungeon. Upon whence they discovered more demons being tortured or held in cages with their cover being blown. They were attacked by the three workers there. Little did they know that one person escaped and then ran into some darkness. After clearing the room and exploring going down the hallway and exploring the other three rooms, they discerned that the person that escaped went into the darkness. Being in a hurry that the party was, and then stopping all of a sudden, Falk got tired of just standing around and just walked straight into the darkness. Couldn't see a damn thing. Probably a good thing. And he heard the person that ran away being eaten alive. Falk tried to make it his mistake, but he got lost within the maze. Thalion and Rudy decided to go in after Falk. And now they were getting lost in the maze, and towards the end, Falk tripped over what he felt to be a rope, and he grabbed the rope and was starting to run towards the exit while yelling, "I found the rope, get out." And
I don't recall you ever saying that. You said I grabbed the rope and run.
Yeah. I did yell. I swear I said I'm yelling, "I found a rope."
No, I think you just kicked Rudy out of your way, grabbed the rope, and ran.
Nobody could hear Falk though.
We're gonna do a quick watch the end of the video and see what Chris really said.
I swear I did. If not, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Say that,
but while you're doing that quick video, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
No problem.
Let's take a look at the replay.
It's still up on my Twitch.
Oh, Thalion doesn't have that video up. Let me go. What
You sure it
picture?
didn't post it yet?
Last one I saw is the monstrous deeds.
Harold, I'll go link my Twitch.
I'm going to
Twitch
Marcy's
videos.
Twitch.
Yeah, because it's still up there.
Because what I recall is we tripped over Chris's body, he grabbed a rope and started running back without saying a word. And I was very upset about that.
I don't recall you guys doing that at all. Chris never ran into you guys last I checked. But hold on, let's check it.
I'm back. And last time I remember, I
recall he tripped over the rope and he started following it in a direction. And
nobody knew what was going on. You guys, Thalion and Rudy kept hearing the monster roaring and talking to them while Falk was trying to figure out where to go, and he smacked into a pillar, and everybody on the other side of the rope did not feel nothing. We didn't even feel Falk tugging or anything as he was trying to tug on the rope.
Yeah, we Thalion and I both had to make dexterity saves. We were approaching him, and then we had to make saves to not trip over him.
And while on the outside, Valeri and the ghost
Alright,
of
there's the
Professor
video.
Lovecraft was having an ethics debate. With Zirak.
Almost there. So, according to the video, I yelled, "I found something," and they heard it. Okay, so he did yell, "I found something," but he didn't specify, "I found the rope." However, Rudy and Thalion are on the ground from being yanked down by the force of Falk hitting it.
Thalion made it, I did not.
That's right. You still can't see anywhere inside except that small, minute, like 2 to 3 foot range that your sword is allowing you to see, Rudy and Thalion. As Rudy just gets bowled over. And I'm going to move you guys back to the map.
So, Mark, what do I get for doing the recap?
You get a point of inspiration, and I will whisper you something
Okay.
right here. Okay. Thalion, you reach over and begin to kind of feel and find Rudy, and you begin to pick her up and lift her. And Falk, you're grabbing onto the rope, and you're starting to make a mad dash towards something. And again, meanwhile, those of you on the outside, the rope is taut, but you don't feel anything pulling, or you don't feel anything sort of giving slack. It's just straight taut on your side. And the longer you guys wait in that chamber, more and more sand and dust and bits of stone begin rising up towards the ceiling.
Volk, Volk, where are you?
You cut, honestly, Doug, you cut out right at the end.
Thalion is calling for you as he's trying to help Rudy up.
I found a rope! Run!
You definitely feel the rope that was yanked you backwards, Rudy. The voice, however, his voice sounds so far away behind you, you do not know how far he is. And the big booming voice now is just mine. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Coming toward.
So at that, I will pick Rudy up and say it's time to go.
Rudy, give me a perception check as you're scrambling on the ground, trying to get up as Thalion helps you. Okay. Your fingers brush against something that do not feel like stone as you're getting up.
I will grab my rope and I will just start pulling. I will start jerking on it.
Okay. Falk, give me a strength save.
What?
Give me a strength check.
Do you want a strength? Well, they're the same thing, so I'm going to click on strength saving throw.
Perfect. The rope gets whipped out of your hand, and you begin to panic in the dark as it's no longer there, and your hands are kind of burning from the rope burn as Rudy sort of yanked on it to start her momentum. And now you're sort of feeling around in the dark for the rope until you grab it. You're like, oh my god, then you start going again. After what seems like an eternity, you run out of nowhere into the group of everybody around. Valyria and Droman, give me dexterity or strength checks. I leave it up to you. Okay, Droman manages to twirl out of the way and avoid Falk at the last minute as Valyria sort of grabs him and kind of stops him. You guys see that Falk is wide-eyed, full of panic, sweating profusely. Falk, you have lost 15 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Oh God, what happened to you?
Pull the damn rope!
Okay,
You guys
pulling.
You guys begin pulling on the rope, and it is unmoving. It is as if it is attached to the heaviest thing or even tied to a column. It's not moving and it's not budging. You're watching as Garshadow is just ripping furrows and trenches with his claws through the stone. You guys are exerting, grunting, doing as much as you humanly can to pull on these ropes, and they are not budging.
Thalion is just rushing forward, trying to make sure Rudy doesn't stumble behind.
Thalion, give me a dexterity save. You clip something with your foot and you trip and you begin to roll. Rudy, you just keep going. You didn't see this. 2 different ropes on both of you, as in your hurriedness to go, you have let go of each other's hands. And you just keep going.
I'm going to be collecting the rope as I go, keeping it taut.
Okay, and you're pulling yourself. Thalion, you hit the ground and kind of roll and then immediately sort of get back up. Instinctively looking behind you, though you can't see anything, the only thing that's there is the tremors of the large footsteps. And now it sounds like ragged, hoarse, like blacksmith bellowing of breathing from behind. What do you do?
I continue forward on the rope.
Okay, you hurry up and start coiling the rope around your hand, and you keep going. I need everybody in front of the door, Thalion, Valyria, to give me either a dexterity or strength save again. Actually, you two give me dexterity saves now, as Falk is kind of still there in your grasp as you're trying to calm him down a bit and move him away as you begin to pull on the rope. As the image of Rudy suddenly pops through the oily blackness.
Who was making these?
I'll say Drummond and Valyria, since they're in the front again. Because this is like get out of the way really, really fast as they sort of appear.
Was it a dex check or a saving throw, or what was it again?
Give me a saving throw. You guys are hauling on these ropes. Both of you just get bowled over by the panicking Rudy as she peers through, and you guys get knocked over, and everybody sort of falls prone. Rudy coiling the rope with her, and as soon as she runs through, kind of hits everybody, and you guys kind of fall into a heap. The rope kind of comes up with her. The full rope is back, though it feels oily and quite strange. Rudy, you have lost 20 pounds. Thalion, you get back up and you begin coiling the rope, and you run, and you can feel what seems to be like jets of hot, fetid, sulfurous tinged breath hitting you from behind. The chill of this place is just getting evaporated by these large hints of nasty, stagnant breath that are hitting you from behind as the sounds are getting louder and louder, and you are pulling and pulling this rope. You can't see where you're going. You're just running as fast as you can until you pop out. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Who?
Thalion.
You pop out, see everybody, and then somehow manage to kind of swan dive over the pile and sort of land in the gymnastics roll and stand up. All the rope is there on your arm, but now here on the other side of the portal, you can actually see that it's covered in a sheen, almost as if the rope itself was sweating, and you run your finger over it, and it's sort of slick and oily to the touch. Thalion, you lose 4 pounds.
Oh, really?
You guys watch as Rudy comes out in pretty good shape. Falk is even more emaciated than he was before, and Thalion seems to be okay, but you look at that shimmering darkness in front of you, and almost as if you were the stones popping in through the other side, the turbulence sort of begins to settle down. And there's just that gossamer silk sheen floating. Beautiful little pinpricks of starlight inside.
So, Falk, are you happy with your impatience?
What the bloody hell happened to you three?
Well, there is a bright side.
Let's discuss it once we're out of this room.
Is the bright side that you look like you need a sandwich or two right now?
That and the guy we were chasing's dead.
Oh, that is good news. I confirm that. I'm glad that I'm actually, Zarak would say I'm actually happy that you were able to confirm that. I was concerned that he would alert others to our presence, and it seems he will not now.
Well, whatever's in there is what seems to have got him.
Bit by bit, you guys are watching the illusions on the floor.
Yeah, Elise was just
false
about
pits.
to nervously be like, guys, we need to make a decision, though. Where are we going? Because this thing's not going to hold up forever.
Back the other direction, that's a dead end that we don't need to go into. Get out of that room.
What about those doors? And I point to the ones that are frosted over.
And just to kind of give you guys an idea, like the images of those deep pits are sort of coming into focus, like an old school tube TV that's taken time to warm up. The picture is sort of like scattered and shaky before it starts to sort of become resolute. You guys probably have about 30 seconds before the magic is fully re-engaged back into this room.
Elise feels it. She's like, "Oh, let's hurry up.
Right,
Let's go.
Let's go.
We have to get out of this room before we end up getting impaled again by some illusionary force." of kinds again.
Do I still look like the Lich?
You still look like the Lich, except if a Lich could sweat and look bedraggled, that's what you look like.
Well, Falk, at least you don't fit more of the part. Don't ever do
So
that
you
again.
guys are moving back into the demon cells.
Well, do we want to explore those frosted doors?
I am having second thoughts about agreeing with Falk, but I'll go with the group if there's another area that we have yet to explore. Because we got a bad feeling about that door.
Yeah,
it
the
was just
stores didn't
it
like
was
it very
super. It was just really cold. The actual metal on the door handles. You remember looking at it and like you sort of got up close to inspect it. And you can feel the cold radiating from it. And as your breath would come out and hit it, you can see like the bits of cold rise like steam. Like it's for some reason that room is just severely cold.
Right, Falk, I may be able to handle that because of the magic in my robes, but the rest of you might catch hypothermia and freeze to death.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to confirm
Yeah, I'm
we
not.
weren't
I'm not
doing that. We
into
were going
freezing
back.
to death today. Not today.
Okay, I'm going to move you guys back into the demon cell.
So before we leave the cells, where are we going?
Well, I did mention things before we came through this door.
Are we going to go to the portal that we saw, or are we going to go up further up ahead to the other portal that was half closed off?
There is that route.
I just need to know so that way I can act out the part. That way the help.
I would suggest the crossroad that we couldn't access before.
So are we all in agreement, or is there debate?
Well, honestly, I don't see any other possible way. I mean, there were those two other gates further up after Parasha's, but we don't know if any of the keys we have will even work.
Well, we ain't got nothing to lose. We can try. It's better than trying our luck back in that square again. That's clearly not
The
happening.
initial black gate, that'll take us to the very beginning where we'll run into Rezumoto.
And he will kill us this next time we run into him, unless the collar is off.
If I'm correct, we have the key for that. That was what I suggested before, to hold up our end of the bargain.
Do we have the key for that?
Yeah, I don't remember we getting the key for that, but alright, if we do, let's do it.
Leia Morn has found some keys. You don't know if they are for that.
I was gonna say, what works? Because I think like one was like kind of like a blue key, one was obsidian.
Yeah, I just remember the obsidian key and then another key that you had.
You found one key that was carved of obsidian, another key that was silvered steel, that seemed to be shot through with what seems to be veins of thin blue minerally material.
Okay.
So we have keys that may possibly free him. We could end up holding up the end of our bargain. Circle back around to the crossroad that we weren't able to access.
Well, that's the thing. Possibly, if we don't have the key, he's going to kill us. I think we should confirm that we do instead of trial and error.
Exactly.
Until
We had
have
too much of a
you
close
to
call
confirm
already.
Such a thing.
Parasha's caller?
Maybe if she's still even there. What if that mother or
But is
whatever?
Parasha's caller the same as his caller?
I don't know. Did you guys look?
From what you can remember, you know that they were both made of the same gold material. You got a better look at Parasha's collar than you did at Rezamoda. Nobody really got close to Rezamoda other than Valyria. And even then, sort of Valyria was kind of launched into a dream state as he kind of bit into her wrist. And didn't get much look at the collar that he sort of kept underneath his armor. You had to get really, really close to inspect, because it was underneath his armor and his hood, Thalion. But Parasha's you got a good look at. It almost seemed like, it's kind of like a flat necklace that kind of wasn't so much a collar, but like a flat necklace that kind of went around the ridge bone, or the collarbone, up around the shoulders, behind the neck. And you saw where there seemed to be like a fat circular area in the back, though you did not see an actual keyhole on it, but it was covered in small little bits of hieroglyphic runes that you guys have noticed over and over again, sort of in patterns, very small, very intricately carved. I mean, if it wasn't a slave collar, it'd be beautiful.
We could try these keys on Parasha's, see if any of them react. I'm more worried, though, about what happens if the wrong key hits the wrong hole.
We will
Exactly.
never
It might just
figure
straight up
this
kill
out.
her.
We won't know any of these what ifs if we refuse to try.
Well, I say we can try it on Parasha if she's willing to let us. I mean, remember, her state of mind wasn't exactly the most clearest. She might just freak out on us again, and then we won't be able to.
Mark, we didn't find any notes in the Lich's room about which key belongs to what and does.
Leomorn found the keys and then left the desk, saying, "Hey, I found."
Perhaps there might be some notes.
Wouldn't hurt checking. Although, if there's any locked arcane boxes, Falk, for the love of all that is holy, do not try to open them again.
We
do
have
not
the
want to
keys
cuss.
now.
Yes, I was about to say we had the keys until you went flying into the wall like a cartoon character.
Well, let's double check the Lich's study first, since it's on the way.
No objections? Anyone else?
I would suggest preparing ourselves, considering we did close that door in the midst of a fight.
Yeah, there are demons on the other side of the door of this room that we came through.
Demons are chained. It's the guards that are out
Servants.
there torturing.
Yeah. Well,
Right, they caught wind that we weren't as we thought that they were suspicious of us already, and then when they heard battle, we shut the door on them.
Could just simply say one of the demons got a little rowdy.
we could. Well,
We-
Mr.
we
Lich
could-
over there could actually confirm to them that it was a mere squabble between one of the captives.
Perhaps one of us could disguise as one of the three that was already in here.
Well, we do have the bodies in here. That's not a bad idea. Rudy's pretty good at making disguises.
Wait, Rudy, if you could touch him up, I could bring him back to life.
But will they be able to speak and function on behalf of us?
Do we
If you
need him
were
to
to bring
speak
them
and
back.
function?
Well, what if one of those guards out there goes to question one of the brought back to life zombies?
Then he will be questioning me, his superior.
I believe there is only one body, as the
All
other
right.
one is back in that pit, and the third was a specter.
Well, the main dude, Hulk just confirmed, died in that room you guys were in. So that's out of the question. We don't have that body.
He died?
Another one
I
that
couldn't see anything.
me and Leomorn was fighting seemed to have just dispersed. So there's no body there.
Oh yeah,
Only
he's
that
dead.
one.
He's dead. I heard him.
Yeah.
Die. I heard his screams right before shit went. Before things happened.
Rudy's like, no, don't you watch any theater? They're not dead until you find the body.
By all means, go back and find the body.
No, don't go back inside that room. You guys want to die right now?
Oh, I see. I think we should leave. I think the demon is trying to get out.
Those things have been trying since we left this room.
Yeah, but Leomorn damaged one of the cells.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying we need to make a decision. And we need to make it quick before we start getting attacked from both ends.
To the Lich's office.
Alright.
Alright, stay close.
Now have what you're gonna say ready.
And sound like him. Sound like as if you had decades of dust in your throat.
Yeah, since we don't have time to practice.
I open.
Give me 1 second.
Remember, old, raspy. Can you do that?
Sound dead.
Gotta change a lot of things here. Give me a minute.
they were speaking Draconic, and they were saying that the shift change wasn't due yet. Why are we?
Falk, you walk up and you open the door, revealing the glyph gate.
God damn it! You had to make it suspenseful.
He has to!
A brand new car! Da-da-da-da.
Oh god, I would never want to win a car. The freaking taxes on that shit.
You are now entering the Shadow Realm.
I pull out my the medallion and I go and hold the gate open.
You hold the glyph key to it, and you watch as the light, like Star Trek, just descends from the top, sealing on the ground, and you watch as it kind of circles underneath your feet. Each of these small little cubes of crystal, and what look like they sort of sparkle, and you give yourself a minute and bend down and see that it's actually very finely crushed quartz.
Does it look recent?
No, it's just you've never really paid attention to it until this point. You kind of look down and see that, the light kind of sparkles down there. And you sort of bend down a bit and look as everybody begins to kind of file past you, and you see that those little bits and places in there are actually filled with very finely crushed quartz.
Okay, I will make a mental note of that.
Okay. Everybody begins to move forward, seemingly pushing Rudy to the front.
I was actually going to suggest, Rudy, you're probably one of the best with words. Might be wise with Falk holding the gate that you step forth. That way you can help Falk with the persuasion.
No, guys. If the cart is gone and the people left, we can just call an Uber. Mark, who is your Uber driver again?
That's Wallace.
Yeah, well, I know a guy named Wallace. He'll come pick us up in the mountains, no problem.
One of the nicest people I've ever met. You guys are, as you're filing past the two vulture-like demons in the cage, you're looking at the part that Leomorn kind of damaged with his Thunderstep. And you're watching as this one here, you can see now that his fingers are starting to wrap around the iron bars that were damaged. Before, as they tried to shoot their hand through to grab you as you got close to the cage, there was a barrier there that wouldn't let them loose. But you're watching as his long, disgusting, 12-inch long clawed fingers are kind of reaching out like a velociraptor around, as Xerox nope.
Nope, I'm not staying.
At least remember
fast.
those things very well. That's why she's like, nope, I'm the fuck out of this room.
But he's you can see that he's almost testing it slowly as his fingers begin to curl around it. Rudy, you push open the door. And as you open the door, you see standing in front of it a hulking, muscular figure covered in what seems to be brown fur that takes up the entirety of the door. In its hand is a giant battle axe, dripping with what seems to be black ichor, gore, with pieces of bone dust and leather kind of stuck to the blade. The eyes are red, the mouth is frothing. It looks wild and dangerous. As a minotaur begins to rear back its axe in preparation to strike, and we're going to roll initiative.
A minotaur?
Hey, don't ask me. Ask the roll table.
What roll table?
So they finally summoned something that they couldn't handle. Mark, did you want to clear out the turn order? It's still got a bunch of rolls in it.
Oh.
You should be able just to click on your token and hit initiative, and it should refresh it. There shouldn't be any doubles on this one, but I will get rid of the apostles and the white. Who's already? Yeah, blame my random roll table. It came up Minotaur. So
So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place now.
Oh, great. That's what we need.
Minotaur, stay off drugs.
Or else.
Does he have a ride outside with a big old can?
God damn it.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie. So at the top of round one, let me hit the music. Not that one, this one. The top of round one, the axe comes swinging. Lamorn, you feel Rudy's hand sort of brush against your chest and push you back as you both go, and the axe just cleaves a giant rent shoo, through the stone wall and the doors. We're going to pick up here. Drummond, you're watching this all go down as this large, lumbering creature is sort of bleeding from cuts, but he looks crazed and looks like it's ready to lash out at anything. What would you like to do?
Is there a space between him and the door? Is that a space we could go through if we wanted to?
Yes.
So I believe I still have my wings out unless the thing took an hour to pull them out of the black.
No, you guys are probably in that area over there for about half an hour. Well, actually, no. But I'll say you have about 10 minutes left on your wings. Because I forgot you guys went up the corridor towards the, towards the elemental ring.
Alright, so I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna poke him with my ring.
Okay. $15 hits.
Cunning action, disengage. Let me check how far my wing...
You should have a hover speed of, I think, 60 normal.
I shall stop.
As you kind of go around him and kind of parry, spin, kind of doing some aerial theatrics as you kind of get around him, sort of drawing his gaze towards you as he's pulling his axe free from the stone. Garshadow.
Garshadow, sensing the danger, is going to take a step back and then run and leap over the group to try and pull this Minotaur down.
That is correct, Rudy.
Sorry, he didn't have advantage.
A 12 misses as he uses his brute strength to sort of shoulder Garshadow out of the way, and Garshadow kind of flies through the air with the strength of this creature and kind of lands on top of the body of the dead demon before rolling over and kind of facing it again. And that's the end of his turn.
He'll move one more square over that end of his turn.
Okay. Rudy.
Did the Minotaur make his strength save?
It didn't hit him.
Okay.
It just missed. It was close, and almost at the last second, it kind of ducked its shoulder and exploded out towards Garshadow to sort of rebuke him.
That wording is weird because it says right before hitting, the target must make a DC 13 straight save. It doesn't say it has to hit according to the wording on pounds.
It does have to hit. I will just fix the wording I wrote there. But it does have to.
Yeah, because you have to pounce and hit to drive it to the ground. Rudy moves in.
She's going to take 2 attacks.
18 hits. You sort of turn and then just slice into the back of his hamstring, kind of cutting it and kind of causing him to limp and turn, looking at you.
And I'm going to strike once again.
A 14 is the magic number. So he was not able to get the haft of his axe up enough to try to parry you. Okay.
I'm good.
Alright, good turn. Moonlight.
Moonlight is going to launch himself off of my shoulder, staying as close to the ceiling as he can as he flies out into this room. So 10, 15, 20, 25. $30, $35, $40, $45, $50, $55. So he'll get to there and be as the ceiling was 15 feet here, right?
20 feet.
Okay, so he'll be. I'll go ahead and leave him at 15 feet.
Okay. Flies by, kind of grazes the Minotaur's eyes, and you watch his eyes begin to water as he kind of closes them and begins to rub them, trying to get the vision back, giving the next person. Leomorn.
Right. That was the closest shave I've ever had in my life. Crap. Gonna run to 5. And I am going to try to reach out and hit him with a shocking grasp.
Okay, this is done at advantage.
Alright.
I don't think I'm going to get to attack anybody with this surprise round. But this is good.
If this is supposed to be a surprise,
No, with this. Sorry, with this random dude. 23 definitely hit.
Sweet.
Okay. You're watching as his body sort of stiffens, and as you begin to try to move away, you watch as he tries to reach for you, but he just can't seem to move his muscles.
Right, then I'll go. Alright, someone else take it out to fuck, as I just run 10, 15, 20 right here.
That's okay. I was going to say, if you're going to step over here, it's difficult terrain.
Oh no, I am not gonna step on that beast.
Falk, you are currently holding the gate as Zirak is behind you. Casting any sort of spell or movement that isn't just verbal will cause you to sort of release the key, and so keep that in mind. Currently, your hands are occupied.
So I have to use both my hands to open up the portal.
Well, I imagine somatic components and spells require you to use 2 hands.
So, like, if I pull out my wand, I can't use... Okay, never mind then. If that's the case, I am going to take the dodge... I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
I'm going to hold the portal open.
Valerian.
Gonna disengage.
Okay.
You don't have to, Valeria. No, Leomorn hit him with Shocking Grasp. He can't take reactions until the start of his next turn. You can freely move around him.
Okay, then, it's gonna be like in this direction. I'm gonna, first.
Okay. This big lumbering creature will try to make a dex save. 19. Oddly enough, a natural 19.
And now I'm gonna call out my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Alright. Bursting forth from a cloud of flower petals in the middle of the room, you watch as the pink Pegasus comes in rearing and beginning to sort of try to hit the Minotaur with its hooves. 17 hits.
Oh,
Okay. 7 points of force damage.
and that ends my turn.
Elise.
Alright. I'm going to 15, 15, 20. Oop, come on. 25 here, and then I am going to take a stab at him with my rapier. For 20.
20 definitely hits. You find the soft spot just underneath his large pectoral muscle and drive the rapier deep. Although you don't feel it poke out at the other end, as this is a very massive, thick creature.
Oh yeah.
But he is he is singed by electricity. He is full of holes. He's got what seems to be a cavity left in the back of his chest and his ribcage by spectral hooks. He's not looking in great shape.
Let's say that's 25.
You still have 5 feet of movement in a bonus action.
She's gonna step away from it a bit.
Okay.
And yep, that's it for her.
All right. You're watching now as his body sort of begins to unsheathe, and then he swings his axe, and this thing is like the size of a helicopter blade, and he begins to whoosh it down, and he begins to swing it down towards Leomorn. $23.
Shit. I guess I can throw up shield, but I don't think that's gonna work.
Hey, Mark, I have a question.
Yes.
I don't have line of sight to Leomorn, but I do to the Minotaur. Would I be able to project my arcane ward to block some of that damage, or do I need to see Leomorn? I don't know the answer to this.
What does the arcane ward say?
I'll post it up here for you. Oh, it does say creature that I can see within 30 feet takes damage. So I have to see the thing that takes the damage. Alright, so I can't do it.
No problem.
I was going to try and help you, Leomorn.
No problem.
Sorry.
So you slide out of the way a bit, Leomorn, and you feel the blade cut just underneath your ribcage, clean through the muscle and skin, slamming into the back of the wall. And you're watching and feeling the trembling shake from the stone as you look, as your blood is just gushing everywhere from the size of that hit as you take 13 points of slashing damage. And he's going to wrench it free, spin, and he is going to drive his axe down. Rudy did a lot of damage towards Rudy as you guys kind of drew the most threat in that round. 24.
Just barely.
Yeah. And Rudy, you would take 17 points of damage.
Can Xerax see Rudy?
Yes, I think Xerax can see Rudy.
Ken?
Yep, I can see Rudy. I just double checked. I drew a line to him. So I will project the image of Xerax standing in front of Rudy with his hand up, blocking the axe as a spectral image of myself. Protects Rudy from the damage. My ward has exactly 17 hit points, so it shatters the image in front of Rudy, but Rudy takes no damage.
Miraculously, Rudy, you watch as this cerulean blue figure of Xerax appears in front of you, holds out his hands, palm out, as the blade hits the palm, and you watch as the blade turns down and slams into the ground, leaving a huge rent in the stone, sending up chunks of gravel flying everywhere. That is the end of the Minotaur's turn. Thalion.
Now he's gonna rush up and swing the axe end of the halberd for the Minotaur's neck, seeing as he's facing Rudy.
Okay. You sort of run up, seeing your chance, but you can't help yourself, and you let out just a battle cry as you get ready to take down this large beast. But as soon as the words escape your mouth, almost imperceptibly fast, he brings the axe up and blocks your halberd shaft as it was aimed right for his neck, but he managed to block it at the last second.
I'll instantly pull it back and go into a counterclockwise spin to thrust the back end into his chest.
Oh, and he, again, like in his hands, like an expert staff fighter, just sort of twirls the haft in his hand, and you watch as the end of his axe hits the end of your halberd and kind of makes the clunk noise, and you almost feel the blade try to fly out of your hands as he sort of whips it around and kind of gets into a defensive position. It's the first time Thalion hasn't hit in 2 straight attacks. It's crazy.
As I roll closer to Garshadow while trying to shield Leomorn, I kind of whistle to Garshadow as he will use his reaction to try and bite at the Minotaur.
The Minotaur sort of shoots his head in that same direction, forgetting about the lion, as Garshadow goes in for a juicy haunch, the one that Rudy cut open with her. Oh, but then he gets his tail and just whips Garshadow in the face super fast, causing Garshadow to flinch away at the last second.
Wow, I've never missed all 3.
Yeah, that was hooray for me! That's a victory today.
I feel you, Mark. I feel you.
That's a victory today. Xerax.
Alright, so Xerax, feeling a bit bolstered by Leomorn's success, will move forward with sparks on his fingers to here. That's 20 feet. But not so successful as Leomorn's attack.
You thought you were coming in and you thought you were being quiet as you're seeing him sort of occupied as Thalion's sort of jabbing at him with his halberd, trying to keep his attention. But some of the stones that were cut down from the wall in his initial slash into the door frame, you sort of kick it accidentally and send it shooting towards him, kind of clattering off his legs. As he turns around and kind of dips his head defensively, using his long horns to kind of drag down, you reach out and then you have to pull back, not able to get close enough to touch.
Alright, so I'll continue my movement to 25 feet there, 30 feet to there. Hopefully I'm not out of his reach, as I did see him.
You are still within his massive 10-foot reach.
That's what I was thinking. I was hoping. There you go, Falk. You can now have a turn next round. You're welcome.
Drummond, you're watching as everybody's beginning to file through the room. Falk still hasn't came through, but you know that he's holding open that portal to let everybody through.
I'm gonna buzz around here and we're gonna stab him in the back.
This bull's frenzied nature is just, he's moving around super fast as his muscles are just bulging with adrenaline, almost amplifying his defense to a point that you don't want to get too close.
Cunning action disengage.
Sort of ducking under a wild swing as he sort of swings it out, and you zoom back.
That'll be the end of that turn.
Garshadow shakes his head from getting slapped by the Minotaur's tail and is gonna go for his calf. See if he can pull a chunk of that meat away.
Ooh, it's like it's this strange animal sixth sense is kicking in now, and even though he's surrounded by all sides, he's just moving in and out and just kind of ducking and weaving. His large shape just ridiculously agile, almost supernaturally agile, as he's kind of getting out of the way of everybody's attack. Rudy. I don't think anybody can survive Hurricane Rudy, so...
Rudy reminds me of Odo. The way I've seen Rudy like just terrorize things is the way Connor played Odo in Land of Song, just ripping stuff to pieces. It's actually fun to see. I really love Rudy as a character.
Rudy's fantastic.
So Rudy is going to move in front of Xerac, returning the favor, and she's going to take 2 attacks at the minute.
Okay.
I like this. Stepping in front of me.
19 hits.
We got each other's backs, Rudy. You get them.
So you sort of slash in, and you get in towards his liver and cut deep into the meat. And as you're coming in for your next slice, he again twirls and then, expertly gets his axe head in the way as your sword clangs off the hard iron of his axe, and you sort of get back into a defensive fighting position.
Alright.
I don't think I'm going to survive long enough to try that, so...
I'll just fly up and scratch at his eyes as he's trying to deflect Rudy's, or as he is successfully deflecting Rudy's attack. I'll just scratch at him and fly away.
This Minotaur is just getting pissed because while it's holding off everybody else's attack, this damn owl is coming in and just scratching at his eyes, and he can't do anything about it. Leomorn.
Well, after getting that hit, just grip at the wall. Take a deep breath as...
You're having to take your left hand and kind of pinch your flesh closed as there's a huge laceration that's probably 6 inches deep. It hurts, and you're just sort of holding it, trying to clamp it shut, trying to put as much pressure on it as you can to kind of staunch the blood loss.
I'll try this and start to take a deep breath. Start to feel that static charge. Look over at the Minotaur with his eyes blazing. Shoot his hand out and do Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Technically, you are within his range, so it would be at disadvantage, but the advantage that Moonlight grants cancels that out, so make this attack at normal.
Alright.
And that hits.
Yes. I'm gonna cast this at level 1 just to be safe. Of course.
Okay, so what do we got?
Was that because he has reach? He had disadvantage?
Yeah, he's still within the creature's melee reach, so casting a spell would be like standing 5 feet in front of it.
Okay.
At least I think that's how that works. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I've been hearing different things myself.
Okay, so do you want this to be cold or fire damage, Landlord?
I'm gonna make him suffer for that cut. I'm turning it into fire.
Okay, and he starts to burn, and you hear his bovine scream, just sort of echoing through the stone of this room now. As his fur is singeing, it smells disgusting. He takes 6 points of fire damage.
Everyone wants a barbecue. Now's a good time to cut it.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stumble back of just another 5 feet just to get some clearance.
Okay, he's going to whip his axe out at you as he saw where the bolt
Scheiße.
came from, and as you took a step back, he's going to slash at 24. He takes 22 points of slashing damage.
I was gonna say I was gonna try to throw a shield, but I don't think that would work here, would it?
That is a massive amount of damage, so I'm going to say as you sort of begin to stumble back, kind of passing through the debris of these fallen chains and manacles, you sort of begin to trip, and you kind of hold your arm out, and you watch as the axe just cleaves almost clean through your arm, kind of through the bone as your arm is kind of dangling limply at your side right now, and that's your left arm.
Oof. Yeah, that's not good.
Falk. Behind you, you hear the sound of wrenching iron and squealing metal. And you sort of turn as the demon is looking at you, and it's beginning to open the bars of the cell. What do you do?
I step here. I grab the door handles, and as I'm closing the doors, I give him a wink and a kiss, and then I close the doors, and then.
And that's when he realizes that Droman stole the key.
I thought you needed both hands to work the key on the floor, and if you used a hand to close the door, does that mean that the floor rune is not being activated?
I'm going to say that he stepped out, causing the glyph to activate, closes the door, stepped back in, causing the glyph to stop. Because opening and closing the glyph, it just takes your movement to get up to it. It doesn't take any sort of special action.
Okay, got it.
And so he begins to step through the other side.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring, but I wanted to close the doors, these doors first, to give him another obstacle, and as I'm closing, I'm kind of giving that wink and a kiss type deal just to mock him. And then 5. 15.
As you step to the outside, you watch as these doors get blown off their hinges backwards as the demon steps through and begins to shoot his hand out at you as you pull the glyph back, and then the light comes up and you watch as his hand gets shot backwards as he takes a little bit of damage from the glyph activating as you pull the key back.
Well worth it. Was using the doors
Closing doors is to use an object action.
So I still have my full action. I can't remember.
I will say you have your full action. And
okay, I pull out my
you have left, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 10 feet of movement if you need to use it.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm going to pull out the wand, the antler wand, and I'm going to shoot lightning from it with Witch Bolt.
Okay. You are within its melee range, so this will be a disadvantage.
Fuck me. No, I already said it. Do it.
as his axe is just a blur of motion as he's moving back and forth. And you're sort of like trying to find an opening as the blade is just massive. You're looking at this like 3 foot by 3 foot like axe blade on the end of this massive great axe flying through the air, and you sort of shoot. You end up hitting the ground in between his legs, trying to get a lower shot. Next attack at you has advantage if he lives that long.
Well, Valerian and Elise are the ones that have to kill him.
You have 10 feet of movement.
There's no point. Oh,
You can always take a 5 foot step backwards.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna no matter where I go, I'm gonna be within reach. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay, sounds good. Valeria. This Minotaur is in really bad shape.
I'm gonna get closer to the Minotaur. So, my spiritual weapon is an attack with my mace.
I would have missed with that spell anyway, so I mean that's fine. But
17 hits.
That's why I posted it. I wouldn't have said anything other than whisper to Mark if you had hit.
And I'll use my
I was
spiritual
just
weapon.
notifying the group.
Okay. Sort of rolling in around you, the sort of turns and you watch as it kicks backward with its hind leg. Ooh, this time though, again, he manages to get the haft right in there, and it's sort of the force from the divine magic almost pushes him backwards, but this staunch creature kind of holds its ground. Are you going to stay there? I will say yes. Elise.
All right.
I might actually get
Step over here, and she.
Based on what Mark just said, Marcy, make sure you kill him.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Well, I was talking about making some juice, Ken. What are you talking
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And she's going to try and make a stab at him.
Yeah.
The 19 will hit.
Oh! And
he's alive.
can she also attach the psychic blades with it?
You can go ahead and roll your psychic damage as you try to destroy his mind from within. Oh, that's a lot of fucking damage. He had 12 hit points left, so that definitely does it.
Thank God. Yeah, Elise wasn't taking any chances there. She's like, hell no.
I like how the Minotaur's like, "'Tis but a scratch," but then he's driven mad by the scratch to
So you
like
watch
tear out his
as
own face.
the Minotaur sort of pivots, and he sort
His
of
own
begins to
madness
torque his
consumed him.
waist as he begins to spin the axe around him, and he begins to turn, holding the axe out, getting ready to cleave everyone around him in a 10-foot radius. As Elise expertly shoots in, stabs him through the heart, twists the blade as his eyes begin to smoke, and it sort of screams out as he falls limp, crashing to the floor dead. We are out of initiative.
So that way is now blocked.
You guys can see the through kind of like the opaque light, a large form on the other side sort of banging and beating on this light, trying to get at Falk.
What did you do?
I blew a demon a kiss, and now he wants to kill. I think we should leave.
You have strange sexual tendencies, Falk. I'm probably not going to want to take a bath with you again anytime soon. Just saying.
It was more of a mocking kiss than anything
Falk,
else.
the other demon, sort of rears back behind it, kind of looks over towards you, that you can kind of see the vague outline of it, almost like a shadowy, fuzzy picture, like you're looking through somebody else's eyeglasses and you can't have it's not working. And you watch as the figure sort of slumps down, turns, and begins moving towards the back of the cells.
Yeah, I think we should get it, and maybe those Minotaur horns will come in handy. I step there, and then I close the doors.
Okay, you close the doors, and you said you're going to try to harvest something for the
I just said, hey, perhaps these things will come in handy. I know I don't right now have the tools to harvest them. Because, have you ever tried harvesting a bull's horn?
Wait a minute. Yeah, Falk wants to rush into the black room, but will stop and take time to pick apart this bull. I don't have the patience for Falk wanting to harvest these horns, and think we should move forward.
Priorities set before you, Falk. I think you need to rearrange that.
Right now,
Time is of
we should
the
try and
essence,
make
remember?
Sure Leomorn doesn't lose his arm. Thalion will say as he's trying to wrap the arm.
Fine.
It's in a really bad shape. Go ahead, Valeria. Yes, you can.
I'm fine. How come I can feel my forearm with my hand?
As she's casting that, I'm gonna try and hold your arm still with the rag wrapped around it tight. Now make sure it heals
That
back
third
properly.
level.
Ooh, third level, I like it.
Is it dead? Did we kill it?
Someone should check those guards while we're tending to Leomorn.
Was Leomorn's arm like Harry's from Chamber of Secrets, where he had no bones?
Go ahead and roll another D4, Valeria. Okay, so that's going to be 4. So you get 11 points of healing, Leomorn. Leomorn, give me a Constitution saving throw, really.
All right. Where am I?
Okay, the bones reknit, and then the skin and meat on your side close up quickly. It hurts. You manage to grit through the pain and fight off the feeling that you kind of almost faint. Sort of Thalion holding you up, kind of giving you strength.
Thank you. I'm fine. Ow.
Please, next time before you try to move away, think about your surroundings, because that was pretty dumb.
I will admit, I didn't think he had it in him.
Should always expect a creature to have it in them.
I'll definitely keep that in mind in the future.
You guys watch as Falk closes the door behind him.
Remind me once we're out of here. I owe all of you a drink. Or 7.
Okay, what would you guys like to do?
I think he just wants to get Valeria drunk. I'm gonna move.
Leomorn, how dare you? She's a woman of the club.
Why is Zerak jealous at the flirting sorcerer that has a higher charisma?
I am not
Lily Slinks.
lovely. I am not. You guys.
Lily Slinks, good job, Lemon. I didn't think you had it in you. Though, you might want to be careful, because I'm pretty sure Valeria could take you on, even in her drunken state.
If it wasn't for the blood loss, Leomorn would be blushing.
I think
He'd be having
Bush is
a
on the
nosebleed
ground.
right now. Or he passed out on the floor.
Can I check the one who looked like the leader of these undead groups? I think he was the one with
Yes.
the
So you're kind of stepping over the skeletons with the pikes that have been kind of ground to dust. And then you step up towards the broken form of the white. You look at his sort of black scaled armor, has almost kind of come through without a scratch. But you're looking and he's missing limbs, like his foot's cut off, he's missing both his arms, and his like skull has been crushed. His sort of pike laying at his side, just sort of shattered.
But you said the black scaled armor looked untouched?
Yeah, the armor that the white seems to be wearing is kind of in good condition.
Looking at my damaged armor, I've been kind of tethering around and looking at that. I'm gonna pull that off of him.
Wait a minute, I thought we were in a hurry.
Not even listening to Falk with that. I am grabbing the armor that might help with my defense.
Falk, I defended you a little. I told everybody
I saw that.
Yeah, I told everybody that the person we were chasing, the reason you were in a hurry is dead, according to you. So I guess we're not in a hurry. The only danger that we were in supposedly was the people in this room, because they were the only ones that were suspicious of us so far, and they're all dead. So actually, since we are in no immediate danger, if you want to harvest the horns, have at it. Take that big giant axe.
What's the donning and doffing rules again for medium armor? Or this is medium armor.
Medium armor is 5 minutes.
Okay. So it's going to take you 5 minutes to strip them, and then 5 minutes to put it on.
Well, if somebody's willing to help with the horns, I was gonna hopefully chop both of them off and give you one, Zerak. Perhaps they could help out with our spells.
If I try to carry that horn, I will become encumbered. So
you have some knowledge in harvesting from animals due to your survival skills.
I am trained in survival, but I can't carry the object. It's probably heavy.
I will be willing to carry it for you, and if also I want to check out this demon, maybe get some of the demon blood or something off of that as well.
You're looking at the demon is sort of starting to decompose somewhat rapidly, so it's one or the other. You can either help Zerak harvest from the Minotaur, or you can let Zerak harvest the Minotaur, and you can run over and try to get things from the demon.
If the demon's decomposing quickly, I'm going to help with the Minotaur.
Okay, Zerak, go ahead and roll survival with advantage. Oh man. Okay, so you watch as Zerak pulls out a knife, and blindingly fast, with extreme concentration, you watch as he begins to dissect the creature in front of him, much like a normal butcher would be taking apart a cow. In the span of minutes, you watch as he cuts free the hide. He reaches in, kind of presses down through the rib cage and begins popping out the ribs one by one from the sternum, reaching in and grabbing the still somewhat beating heart, laying it off to the side. And then he begins to smack at the bottom of the horns, where it meets the skulls, before eventually starting to crack it with his blade like a coconut, and they pop off. With that roll of 19, you manage to harvest 3 things. Minotaur hide, a Minotaur heart, and both Minotaur horns.
Excellent. So I will take the hide and give it to someone in a pouch until we have a chance to dry it. Hopefully soon, because it's going to start to smell.
I don't mind the smell.
Falk has a lot of salt that he took from his dead zombie that he could spread on the
I got some zombie salt.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. You should use that. I have a lot of salt too, but it's on Ophelia, where almost everything else I own is, except for my trusty salt.
When you roll it out, I will take whatever salt I have and try to sprinkle it evenly across to kind of help dry it or preserve it, and then
Okay.
roll it up and put it on top of my bag, like you put your sleeping bag on it.
No
You know, those
problem.
hiking bags?
Go ahead and give me a survival check as you're sprinkling the salt on.
Oh.
You got this. You got this.
Okay.
Nope, this is how it's going to be tonight, guys. My rolls are going to be shit.
You manage to cover it pretty evenly, and you think you've stopped the decaying process somewhat by the first curing of the salt and then rolling it up. You think you're able to keep this. You're thinking that this will keep for a while. You're
I
just not
believe
quite
this
sure
is
how
keep.
long. So add to your pack if the Lich is gonna carry the Minotaur hide. That is 25 pounds of Minotaur hide that you have.
1 second.
Those of you that are proficient in wearing leather armor know that the skin on this Minotaur hide is thick. You're looking at this, and maybe perhaps if given to a leather worker, he could turn this into some really good armor. The heart still trembles and beats slightly in your hand, Zirak, as you kind of pick it back up, even though this thing has died. It still sort of twitches and moves. The heart itself weighs 4 pounds.
It must have some magical properties. Indeed, we should keep that.
Each horn weighs 10 pounds.
I'm carrying 45 pounds with the hide and the rest of my stuff.
Zirak, if you need some assistance, I still have space in the bag of holding. Could you do me a favor and see if there's anything magical about this scale mail?
Okay, it's been about 25 minutes since you've pulled the scale mail off, and you begin to fit it to your body as Zirak finally stands up and begins to wipe his hands clean as Falk is bending over and sprinkling the salt. So it's been about 25 minutes. Zirak worked very fast, very furiously, and he managed to get all that off of there in that time. And he's asking if you might be able to try to identify the armor.
I could begin the ritual to do so. Just give me a minute or so to catch my breath after the exhilarating dissection that I just did, and I will set up the ritual for identify.
Okay.
But that will take 10 more minutes if you guys are willing.
Yeah,
to wait
if
10
you're doing
minutes.
that, I think we should. Some of us should go check the Lich's room for those. See if there's any papers about those keys and if they go to any specific locks.
Did anybody check this White's body?
Yes, Stallion did, and he took the armor off of it.
Valeria, which door are you concerned with? The one that Droman's standing next to? I will cast
Arcane Lock.
I would be happy to cast that, although I have to cast it as a ritual on the door because it would recharge my ward. Well, it would give it 2 hit points.
Okay.
So there'll be 20 minutes to cast the alarm.
Yeah, for me to do the 2 rituals, it would be 20 more minutes. But I could make it so that nothing could come through that door without alerting us, and we can spend our time resting and working in here.
Okay.
If we're taking quote unquote a short rest, can I roll hit die? Seems like we're taking a lot of time doing all this, and we're just.
I'm going to say if you guys are going to take a short rest, it's going to be an additional hour. That way, Zirak can gain the benefits of it as well, as he's spending the most time doing stuff, because he went from harvesting a Minotaur, going straight to setting up another ritual, and then stopping setting that up and then beginning to set up a ritual of alarm on the door. So there's a lot of time that Zirak is sort of spending getting.
Can we all take a rest while Zirak just works through the rest and
That's what I was
just take a
thinking,
work,
I mean-
Zirak?
So you guys, it'll be about an hour and 45 minutes. You guys are going to.
So do we want to take the short rest, or do we want to continue? What do we want to do, guys?
I'm still good.
If we do plan on taking a short rest, shouldn't we do it in the Lich's room again while we look for some kind of notes on the keys or something? Just saying.
It would be
In case
best.
those rocks decide they want to tear down the door on the other side, too.
Well, they can't get to the portal without the keys, so we don't have to worry about those.
For now, they might. Who knows? They might be able to get through brute force.
Where the fuck? Here it is.
But
I have too many folders. Zirak, this is what you find.
so are we wanting to have Zirak identify that scale mail that you found?
Zirak, it is in your handout.
I would like to recommend, Zirak, that you don't do your ritual right next to the teleportation circle.
I apologize if you guys hear my dog. She's very, very.
I hear a small yapping.
Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so I turned to Thalion after thoroughly examining this scale mail and kind of holding my what do I use? A pearl. I use a small pearl and just kind of rub it over the surface of the scale mail and pull the magic essences out of it so I can understand the weave around it. And I tell Thalion that the armor is of very fine craftsmanship, that it will protect you a little bit better than regular scale mail would, as its enchantment does make the scales sturdier than typical. But that is not the best part of the armor, as the armor is enchanted to resist the effects of black dragons. Giving you extra resistance to the frightful presence that a dragon can emit when it is in when it is in front of you, as well as the breath weapon that they exhale, the acid. Additionally, if you concentrate, you can sense, using the magic of the armor, the distance and the direction to the closest dragon that would be within 30 miles of you, if it matches the type of scales of this armor. In this case, a black dragon.
Interesting. Thank you, Zirak.
I think it could prove very useful if we are in an area that is known to be inhabited by black dragons.
Can everybody see the picture? I just clicked show to player.
I do not.
Neither do I.
I see nothing.
Nothing here.
Okay. You guys see it now?
Yes.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, deck yourself out in that, man.
Dick?
I said deck.
I heard dick.
That's not what we heard.
Well, you
Yeah, I swear to God, I heard
That
dick
gutter.
yourself out in that. I was like, wait, what? But I got what you were trying to say.
all of you are thinking about dick. I see how it is.
Gross.
I was thinking about that takeout place. What are you thinking about?
I just want a hamburger, man.
The burger place when
Hey,
you said
that burger
it was
place
like,
is great. I'll go there and eat many dicks as I could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking of Dick's Burgers. I was like, man, now I'm hungry.
So Thalion just became Dovahkiin.
Stallion got a set of Black Dragon scale mail. Do keep in mind, even though it is magical, you still have disadvantage on stealth checks while wearing scale mail, as it just clitters and clatters.
So, are you gonna wear that now? If so, then yeah, it will be. I would say we're gonna take a short.
First thing I did while you were harvesting was put it on, so I've been wearing it as you've been.
But you need a short rest to try to attune to it, because you need at least an hour.
I would suggest that taking a short rest in this room is fine, as bloody and gory as this room may be. I did alarm the door, so if we leave the room, it kind of cancels out the fact that
as a player, I wasn't sure if that was what we were doing. There was no confirmation, I thought.
Okay, so go ahead. You guys can gain the benefits of a short rest. If you need to roll for hit die, please do so now. Chris, it's not your day.
No, it is not.
Oh, look, mine's even worse.
You don't have a con mod?
No, I do not. So that's 2 hit dice, and I gain 3 hit points.
I was gonna say, while we're doing this, could I quickly whip up, or can I whip up a?
Oh, Rudy did Song of Rest, so we can roll another d6.
Elise, why don't you do your Song of Rest?
You add 2 to any if you're spending hit die. If you have 2 people, that'd be even better. Then I could probably be fully healed. But I spent 3 hit dice.
Take the higher result.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Song of Rest doesn't stack. You have to take the higher of the 2.
Oh, so it's like a Rudy and Elise a band contest. It's like dueling pianos. Go for
They
it.
just started
rap battle.
That's what we've been doing. Remember, she's the singer and Elise is the dancer. So whichever one tickles your fancy.
So we don't. Okay, so
actually, both of them are dancers, but they have very unique kinds of dances.
All right. Well, I will wait for Elise's Song of Rest roll then.
Okay, so what do you mean by the stack? It says that we can roll an extra d6.
I rolled the extra d6.
Oh.
Oh, damn, Elise, you showed him up. Showed her up.
There you go. Add extra. So
inspired.
everybody that rolled hit dice, add a extra 6 to the total.
Rudy, I'm just gonna say that Elise has a tail, and she's using her tail effectively in her dance moves, whereas you don't have a tail. So
Elise has wings.
And wings. Yeah, it's like watching a butterfly dance.
Aerodynamic tricks.
And Rudy is a little bit covered in skeleton parts because she's been moving those away.
And don't mind the fact that the entire room smells like a meat shop, full of lots of beef.
Also, Rudy lost 20 pounds in 6 seconds. She's not her best.
Yeah, so Rudy's looking a bit.
Yeah, I lost 15
famished.
pounds. I look
a bit
more
famished
like
and a bit undercolored right now.
Does Valerie want to become vegan, or does Carla want to become vegan?
Would you be surprised at either one of them?
I can never give up bacon.
2 hours have passed, and you guys sort of begin moving your bodies to sort of get the aches and pains out as you guys are kind of getting up stiffly. It's been 3 consecutive sort of encounters of pumping your body full of adrenaline and then coming off of it. And it's sort of wearing on your mind a bit as you guys sort of get up and try to move everything out. You're watching as Rudy's doing all of her limbering stretches that she always does, getting ready to go. Dromon's rolling his shoulders. Leomorin walks up to the door, sort of holding onto his left arm. It aches, like a numbing ache, Leomorin, just like that. Like the most painful of aches, I think, is that numbing pain that sort of just radiates and goes. And you can feel still the after effects, even with the magical healing. But you are alive, and you can move your fingers. So that itself is a blessing.
Try to make sure it has like the same dexterity for making pushes. It's like a thumb to each finger, back and forth.
You're still coming into work, yeah.
Fucking corporate asshole.
Drummond, you walk up to the door. What would you like?
Let's go ahead and listen to it. See if there's anybody on the other side.
Okay, give me a perception check. Okay. You listen in. You think you might hear something on the other side, but you're not quite sure.
Everybody ready?
It's all ever be.
Believe so.
Alright, let's go ahead and push the door open.
Alright.
You begin to push the door open, and as the door opens and the seal kind of breaks, and you begin to hear a voice. Two voices. Speaking in that strange language that the other man in the jail cell was speaking. Itu wasena. See, been away. And you just hear this sort of conversation going, echoing down the hall that seems to be resonating.
Mark, can I hear the conversation?
You will have to move closer. You get closer, and now you kind of squeeze in between Drummond and Leomorin, and now you can hear the Draconic being spoken. And to you, it sounds like, who would have thought the coward would have ran instead of staying? This is going to make her even more angry at him. But, Master, what should we do if we go back empty-handed? It'll be us she puts on the pyre. No, we just need to keep looking, see what we can salvage here and bring it back to Mother. Only time will tell. He couldn't have gotten far.
I whisper to Drummond and Leomorin, they are looking for the Lich. I think they're in his room salvaging all of his shit.
I mean, you guys do remember that when you first encountered the Lich, he said, you will not take me, you will not take what is mine. And as soon as he realized that you guys weren't actually the swordsman that you guys dressed up as, he kind of gave up. And you guys found a letter that he was not in good standing with the consortium, and he was looking for a way out. You're thinking now, like, oh man, like maybe disguising yourself as that Lich that wanted to escape wasn't a very good idea.
I don't think me being the Lich is a good idea, but we can't let them take the stuff. We need to act now.
Well, we need someone to get that drop on them.
They go!
I can't do anything. I barely got my arm back.
I'd like to sneak to the corner, see if I can get a visual on.
Okay, go ahead and sneak up. As you still hear the voices kind of echoing Drummond in the strange kind of draconic language. Falk, you're standing there and you're sort of listening in still. It's like, well, the others have already moved into the demon chamber. They're beginning to summon more.
I'm going to peek around the corner real.
Okay, you peek around. Let me see what you can see. I'm going to Control L you. Okay, you look straight ahead and you see another one of the veiled wizards wearing the headdress. He seems to be standing taller. And you swear you can see the shoulder wearing the same blue robes that everybody's kind of disguised in. So you're thinking that you see a swordsman in there. You do see two people, you do hear two voices, but from that vantage point, that's all you're able to see.
So I'll kind of signal back to the party, 2 fingers, and then I'll try and gesture with one, explodey magic person somehow with hand.
I looked at Zerak and I ushered Zerak forward.
Falk, as they continue talking, you can hear him. Look at this. 3 warriors gone to waste. Knew we should not have given them these. He even dropped this one over here, but yes, this one we can salvage. Why don't we bring that one back with us?
Falk, are you asking if, telling me I should go first?
Shit.
Should we try and get a drop on them, which it would be smarter for someone to sneak up besides me with this loud armor.
Wait, they're dressed as the everybody else but me is dressed as the swordsman.
Everybody's dressed as the swordsman, except I think one person.
I'm dressed as
right
the
now.
witch.
The person with the most perfect disguise, if it's still on him, is Dromond, who cast disguise self on himself.
Let me see how long that lasts.
Because he, with disguise self, he is just uncanny.
I can make myself actually dead. I have a spell.
I could sneak forward. I'm not horrible at stealth. I could just leave Moonlight with Rudy and Elise and stealth forward. And if it turns out that we want to do something, I could delay their reactions, the enemy's reactions, and allow us to get the drop on them.
Falk, the conversation continues. You kind of hear, seems the bastard took what he could when he left. I wouldn't doubt he's the one that's been running amok through here, destroying everything in his wake. I can't wait to get my hands on him.
I kind of ushered Dromond back.
I turn around and say, perhaps they will leave.
They are wanting me dead. The Lich dead. I can make myself indistinguishable from death. You present me to them, and you guys could probably get away scot-free, and they will take you to wherever they need to go. And
Hurry up. We have 5 minutes before we must meet Mother. Grab everything you can, and we will use the portal in the demon chamber.
We got 5 minutes, and they're going to use the portal in this chamber. We gotta do now. We either kill him now, or I cast the spell, and you guys pretend to be heroes here, and you guys took down the Lich. Perhaps it'll lead us to Mother and deeper down into the. I'm whispering this, by the way. Down to where Mother is, because that probably lead you to Thalion's friend.
I mean, the voice that's speaking in Draconic that you guys can hear, it's very loud, very terse. He's speaking with authority. But there seems to be only one other voice that you guys can hear kind of talking back and asking questions on what they need to do to get everything ready. So you guys can still hear the voice as Falk is sort of trying to lay out this plan, while Thalion's like, we can use this gate right here.
That would be a good idea, Falk, if we would be able to understand that once we turn you in.
Well, does anybody else speak dragon?
No, we've established this already.
But I can understand any language given enough time.
I pull out the scrolls and I hand them to Zerak, the comprehend spell scrolls, and then we either do this now, or we could do this Trojan horse thing, or we could force our way through.
Or we can just use this black gate and circle around while they go on their way.
But if they can get to Mother, they must have a gate key that can get them there.
I'm agreeing with that comment from above. If they have a way to get to Mother, they might have a key, and we need to get those keys.
So either take the key by force, or they have you escort or try to hopefully escort you to Mother with the Lich's body, me.
So
I think it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be difficult to explain Gar Shadow, but I also think if how many voices are we hearing, Mark?
I hear two. I tell him I only hear two people talking in Draconic.
There's only two people that he can hear speaking.
And given that, there's probably no more than half a dozen at the most, and I can make it so that their reaction time is slowed, and we can take them.
Or Droman could just steal the key from them.
Ooh, that's an option. Show us your skills, Droman. As long as you don't have to use your sword, you should be just fine.
Oh, I have to do it fast.
Sorry, that was a little bit of a twist.
So what are we doing? We got less than 5 minutes. If we get, you gotta decide now. I presented my plan. Stallion says we should do by force. Rudy says probably steal. What do we do?
If we kill them, we could just blame it on the Lich.
Falk, if you want to do this, then I suggest you go try and lure them in.
What? Me? What do you mean if I want to do this? My plan is to be dead. And you present my body to them in hopes that they will lead you to Mother, and let's present my body, and then we spring a trap or whatever that. That's my plan.
That probably won't work as well. It requires Zarek being able to be the only one who's understanding them while they might be talking to all of us. But if we get the drop on them, as you guys were also suggesting, and Droman tries to steal it, that might work. Or we can circle around to the Black Gate and use the original route we wanted to take.
Well, if you're gonna drop on them, do it now. But be warned, remember, if we go through the Black Gate, we have to go through the vampire, and if we don't have the keys, we have to deal with him. We need a decision.
I hate either one of these options, but...
Falk, you hear, gather up your things. We will head to the summoning chamber now.
They're coming now. They're walking now. Now's the time to choose. A, B, or C.
Give me a stealth check, Zirak, as you begin to stealth forward as Falk says they're coming now.
Yeah, everybody's him-hawing the F around, so I'm just going to go ahead and stealth forward, and if I kill us all, then so be it. You guys need to be more...
Last time I took action last time.
I know, but you waited 30 seconds. I waited 7.5 minutes for us to decide, and Mark said we had 5. I was watching the clock. So we are overtime. So I'm going to go ahead and stealth forward.
Give me a stealth check, Zirak. That's really good.
I'm tiptoeing.
The guy with the highest perception is going to be the leader. Give me 1 second.
I would agree with you, Rudy, except Mark did tell us 5 minutes and we took more than 5 minutes. So I think, honestly, he should have already moved his guys into the hallway. So I think Mark was being overly generous with our time.
I'm letting you guys be generous just because that fucking random encounter with the Minotaur was ridiculous.
What's ridiculous?
The fucking Minotaur out of nowhere. I was like, oh, Minotaur. All right.
It was only ridiculous for poor Liam Morn. Honestly, the rest of us were fine.
Leymon gets cut to ribbons.
I still live, bitches!
So, if I stealth forward and I peek around the corner there, do they see me, or do I manage to remain unknown?
Give me one quick second here.
Okay.
Okay, so you managed to stealth up without being detected, as you still hear him speaking in that strange sort of lilting draconic, where there's little bits of guttural, like, kind of mixed into the different verses and the terse of the words. And you see and you hear the noises now of what seem to be things being gathered up as they're beginning to move out. If you step out into the opening, if you're not, are you peeking around or are you stepping directly out?
I would be peeking around, so I would actually probably end there.
Okay.
But I wanted to peek around the corner.
Yeah, if you peek around, you can see one of those same wizards, the one that you guys kind of chased, that you think ran into that abyssal black gossamer sheet, the one that Falk said he thinks he heard screaming as he was ripped apart inside.
So, I only see two of them. I think we could take them and not have to worry about them. So, as they're getting ready to leave the room now, I suspect when I peek around, they're wrapping up their business. I will begin to say some words of magic and wave my hands in the air and cast a spell at them.
Okay, so you're watching as you begin to weave, and then you take a step out as one turns in and two turns in, and then another one steps here. Just imagine that this thing here is gone, as you remember Falk being thrown bodily across the room by the by the arcane glyph a couple times. That thing is just destroyed on the ground, and you see that they're wearing like satchels over their shoulders with things that they've taken from the room. As you step out and you cast your spell, as they see you, and then they're like,
surprise, MFers!
What do you, we'll do this here. Let us roll.
Yeah, I suppose
initiative.
I did initiate combat in a way.
Let's roll initiative. Zirak, I'm going to give you advantage on your initiative.
Awesome.
And I'm going to number these
3
two.
and 8.
So interestingly enough, you can't click advantage and have an advantage on initiative, at least as far as I can tell. But I rolled a 21 and a 10, so I'll take the 20.
So the way you got to do it is you got to go to the cog, and then you go to where it says initiative, initiative options, and then you can see one where it says advantage, if you want to do it that way, or just roll it twice.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, if I get it ever again, I'll do it that way, but I'll just do it the 21 and the 10 for this time. I didn't know I had that option.
That's
Cool.
how I did it. That's how I did it on Terrar.
Yeah, because I know barbarians get advantage, so and you were doing it, so.
Okay,
I will also
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And then did Moonlight roll?
just now.
Okay. All right. That's 10. 8 with the 2 animal companions. We're going to go descending. I'm going to move Zirak to the front. And Zirak will go first this round, Drummond. With his 21, because he was acting first, even though you're dexterous as fuck. And you guys will have a surprise round. Because Zirak's stealth skills are ridiculous.
He got lucky while he was tiptoeing.
Top of round 1, Zirak, go ahead and cast the spell that you wanted to cast.
So I'm trying
Does anybody
to
have
time
does
in
anybody
the
have
space.
surprise? What's the surprise roll? I wonder if this is going to hinder their.
Surprise means they can't take actions or reactions while they have the surprise condition, but they still make saving throws.
Okay, they can still make their saving throws.
Yeah,
This is a
I
charisma
believe
save, right? Wisdom.
it's a wisdom save.
Okay, I'm going to start with Big Boss in the back. He fails with an 8, so he is slowed. We're going to start with his underling. He's on the bottom. Here comes his. He does not have any sort of wisdom save proficiency. Here comes his. 11, he fails. And here comes the 2 swordsmen, who do not have any proficiency as well. This is for red 1. This is for red 2. Okay,
Alright,
so
red
only
one-
one person managed to save, and that is red 1, and I'm going to give these guys a weird symbol, if I can find it. We're going to give them the sludge, because they're moving slow.
And then I will move back into the chamber and say, my work here is done. I think you can take them. They are affected by time and cannot move nearly as fast as you can.
Okay, so let me remember this. -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws. They cannot use reactions, and they have to use either an action or a bonus action. And then that means that they can't do multi-attack, correct? They can only attack once?
If they have multi-attack, they can only attack once.
Okay, perfect.
Even if they could attack more than once. And if they cast a spell, they have to roll a d20 to see if it takes effect that turn or the next turn.
Okay. Drummond, you watch as Zirak begins casting his spell, jumps out in the hallway, and releases the magic, turns around with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face as he kind of walks right by you.
I got him!
What would you like to do?
Time to charge in. There's only 2, right?
I counted 3 when I stepped around the corner. There's actually 4, but I did not see the 4th one. He just happened to be in the area of effect.
I'm gonna have to cunning action dash to get there.
Okay.
Stab this guy.
$18 hits. I was going to say, go ahead. I'm going to say, since he's surprised, go ahead and roll your
The sneak attack? Sneak attack?
sneak attack. Yes. Go ahead and roll your sneak.
Man, at least he's at the bomb. What the heck?
So it's just the 5, the 24 is if I crit.
What's that?
Right after Grow Shadow.
What the hell happened there?
Yeah,
At least you want to let Garshadow go first?
Yeah, Grow Shadow can go first.
Okay. Drummond, stab. 7-5. You take a step back. He cannot take reactions, I believe. He cannot use his reaction, as he didn't even have his sword out, as when he wasn't expecting to be attacked at this moment as Zirak kind of strode in. And you're watching as you sprint in, his hand is moving achingly slow to its hilt, trying to grasp it still as you stab and move away. He's not having a good time.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Okay.
I'll be here
Garshadow.
standing like
like
Mosquito.
like the red cloth in front of the book.
That's the length of his movement. Garshell is going to run there, and he's going to wait distance to this east house.
Okay. Elise.
Okay.
Marcy?
10, 15. What? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I don't really see anybody, so I'm guessing they're
You can peek around the corner with your head, and that's what you can see when you peek around the corner.
Yeah, that's what
So
she
you see all these guys through here. You're not in that square check.
Mm. 30. Okay, so even while peeking around the corner, I can only see one person in the doorway-ish, right?
If you peek around the corner, you can see all four of them standing in front of Drummond as you're sort of using your head to look around.
Okay, can I cast a spell from peeking around the corner, or do I have to?
You definitely can cast a spell while looking around the corner.
Ready. Let's see. I would like to. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the person that I saw that was right in front of the door, like closest to the door, closest to me, I should say. Let me come back over here.
This one here?
The dude, yeah, that guy.
Red 2, okay. Vicious Mockery.
Yeah.
This is not... Okay, so this isn't hindered by... That's not hindered by slow, so here comes his wisdom saving. A 3, so he fails. Go ahead and roll your Vicious Mockery. Okay, he'll take 3 points of psychic damage, and he's going to be even more hindered if he gets to...
Yep.
I'll give him the broken symbol. Okay, you're going to end your turn there?
Mm-hmm.
Falk.
Alright, since we're doing this. I already... I'm gonna point out my wand and cast Ray of Frost on this guy.
Okay. Avada Kedavra. You watch as you step around the corner, and slowly all their eyes begin to open widely, except for this guy who sees you and sort of gets down in a crouched position, getting ready to attack.
Is this door open as well, or is just one of the doors open?
Oh, it should be open all the way. Did I not open it?
I just see the very bottom of this guy and the bottom.
I'm sorry. No wonder you guys couldn't see all of them. I apologize. There you go.
Well, only this guy's still within range, so I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, go ahead and cast your spell. He has -2 AC, even with his shield buckler on his wrist. 23 definitely hits. Okay, 5 points of cold, and his movement is even slower. Okay,
So all eyes are on me, basically, right?
pretty much.
That's as far as I can move.
Moonlight. Is Moonlight taking the dodge action, Ken? I will say that Moonlight is taking the dodge action. Rudy.
But now that we're into this, I got no targets, so I'm taking the dodge action.
Okay, you take up a defensive stance, holding your blade out in front of you. He cannot do anything. He cannot do anything. Thalia.
As I get there, I will take my hand axe out and chuck it at this guy here.
Okay. Roll your attack. No, man, tonight is not your night, my friend. How to describe this? Because he's moving painfully slow. We'll say that you throw, and you're watching as his hand has finally gripped his sword and is trying to pull it up. And as the hand axe is whirring towards him, you watch as Red One sort of throws out his left hand and just deflects the hand axe enough, protecting his sword friend.
I was hoping the handle hit him in the head instead of the blade.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. Ooh, Minotaur. He comes back to life. Valyria, it is your turn. Okay, this poor guy. He has disadvantage. Oh no, he does not have disadvantage. He has -2. -2 for an 11. He fails. He'll take the 8 radiant. Okay. All right. The initiate cannot do anything. Leomorn. The adrenaline is beginning to flood back into your body, causing your aches and pains to go away.
That's what I need. And 5, 10, 15, 20.
I mean, there's a perfect lightning bolt line right here, bro. Just let it loose.
I would, but I don't want to be negative. I'm not hurting them. The dice are hurting you.
What would you like to do, Leomorn?
I'd laugh as if you were to attempt to do that. Valyria just turns around and just starts spanking you with her mace, like, quit hurting your friends, you big jerk! Swag, swag.
That's 35.
Sure, you can use Leomorn in the face. It breaks his nose.
I am going to, while running, drag the gloved hand to get the spark going, get down to behind Garshadow, and try to cast Witch Bolt at Red 1.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your attack. Oh, 23 definitely hits. He tries to get his shield up, but with a slight movement of your finger, you cause the bolt to shoot down and hit him right in his waist.
Yeah, level 1, just to be safe.
Ooh, 11. That's a lot of damage.
It doesn't feel good, does it?
Okay. You stay there?
Yep.
Alright, we are now at the top of round 1.
Oh, they actually get to take actions this time.
Yep, Zirak.
Alright, so I'm kind of still with that, I can't say bad words because Dylan's here and he'll charge me money. So the eating grin on my face. So
Do you actually have a swear jar?
I started a swear jar, yeah, and so if I swear, he gets to put a quarter in there for every swear
I
word.
walk forward with my manure digesting smile.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mark. That's perfect. And I will go ahead and just launch a firebolt. What's the symbols on this one here? He looks all messed up.
He is slow, and then when he finally makes an attack, it'll be a disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna let him get his disadvantage attack. I'll do red. No, I'm going to attack this guy here in the back because he's the spellcaster. So wizard to wizard, I am going to firebolt him.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Not a ton of damage, but that was 30 feet of movement, and I got off a firebolt, so I'm happy with that.
It's that slow motion Sylvester Stallone action punch as your firebolt hits him in his shoulder, and you watch it explode, and then he's like, "Blah!" and it kind of turns to the side a bit, like you'd see in like a high school kids movie for a class.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
It's pretty bad. That did a lot of damage to him.
Trying to sell the hit too hard.
Drummond.
Another stab coming at this guy.
You're watching this guy like slowly mouth, "Please no," as he still hasn't been able to get his sword out. Oh! It was just a little bit of the distraction he needed. As the 9 sadly misses. Okay, Gar Shadow.
Shadow kind of nudges back a little past Leomord and then rushes forward to charge on that one that Droman tried to stab.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Pull my things up real quick. Everything you said.
$14 is the magic number with his -2 AC.
He was made of strength.
Okay, he's going to attempt strength saving throw. 16, and slow does not affect that, so he does succeed.
I can say though, if you fell over on slow, would it be like just like that slow ride all the way down?
It would be Gar Shadow ripping him to the ground, and his reactions would still be as if he was standing up. And even when he's on his back, then he finally starts acting like he's falling. Slow's a brutal spell. Elite.
As I'm just seeing that like slow motion time stop thing that action movies do. Okay. Now I'm going to round the corner again. And wait, what is the range on this one? Oh yeah. Okay.
What are you doing, Elise?
I'm going to toss a hideous laughter at number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and cast your. I think this is another wisdom save.
Yes.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Go ahead and cast it as an attack spell.
Oh, whoops. Clicked on the wrong thingy.
He's gonna fail, so go ahead and.
Wait, what? Why is
Does he
it
take
not?
damage, or does he just fall over like an idiot?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, he does.
He just falls over like an idiot. So he does.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
do
that's
damage,
why
but
it's
it
like
makes
that.
him
Yeah.
incapacitated.
Yeah.
So you're watching him slow laugh as he slowly falls prone and is incapacitated. And you just hear this coming from his mouth, and it's very off-putting. Incredible.
She's like,
not having
never successfully used that before until now.
He's not having fun. Alright, Jesus. Good lord. This poor guy. It's just a massacre. His ancestors are feeling this. Elise is at the end of...
Yeah.
I kind of want to high five Elise as she backs up back into the hallway because that was awesome.
Free action high five.
She just kind of pokes her head around the corner and just kind of goes, laugh. And you just see him fall to the ground laughing.
Falk, you watch as Red 2 is the most damaged at this point. However, he has fallen prone, making him harder to hit as you're sort of looking through everybody to try to see. Perhaps wanting to choose another target.
Did we lose Falk or did I lose sound?
No, I'm here. I was checking the range.
Oh, okay, you're moving.
Sorry. I'm gonna again cast Ray of Frost on this time on 1.
Chris, I'm surprised you didn't follow my cue. Nice. But go after
all that
the
damage.
cast.
That requires me to get closer.
Oh, balls. 20, what is that, 22?
That's 21.
So you watch as almost the entire left side of his body, just from your cantrip, almost begins to freeze and cover with ice. And you're watching as he's now sort of hitting his arm, trying to loosen the ice that's there so he can move it. That was pretty brutal. And his speed is lessened. Oh, you didn't max out your crit.
Yeah, he didn't fix his crits to automatically max out. So the extra 2d8 should just be 16 plus the 9 he rolled.
How do I do that?
Okay. Alright, so yeah, that did even more damage. Just for that, I'm going to say you watch as 2 of the fingers on his shield hand turn black and fall off.
Chris, to fix that under crit, don't have it roll. Just put a flat static number in there that is the actual maximum amount that you could do.
So
you would just have... Yeah, you would just put 16 for the crit damage on that spell, and it will automatically add it. Moonlight's going to fly forward to number 1, staying about 10 feet in the air, and scratching at his eye.
Moonlight grabs one of the fingers and rips it off just for good measure.
Awesome, I like it. Moonlight rips it off, has it in his talons, and is just kind of nibbling on it while he's hovering over.
As he's ripping
cold.
off, you just hear this.
It's a nice icy snack. Alright, both of these guys are just getting mauled. Rudy.
Here I come.
Kill them, my loyal subjects.
Oh, now he gets those voice down.
Can't make it there, so I will just take the dodge action right.
Okay. This guy... can you cast slow again, Zerak?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post it up.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Wait.
They have to make a wisdom save at the end of the turn.
Creature. He has.
Yeah, at the end of their turn, they can attempt to save again.
Okay, so he just has to try to make a save. Otherwise, this is gonna laugh. I don't want to forget that. Here comes his wisdom save.
That's still a fail.
Does that just make it?
No, I have a DC 16.
No, he's trying to save from Tasha's hideous laughter.
What is Tasha?
Because he's on the ground, so currently if he's slowed, it doesn't matter, but right now he's incapacitated. So the incapacitated, I think, would have to try to go first as he's trying to save from Tasha's hideous laughter. Does that save? What's your DC, Elise?
Oh yeah, it matches. It's 14.
Okay, so he does succeed Tasha's hideous laughter, but he has to do that at the end of his turn. He is still slowed on the.
Fair. I would rule the same. His turn is over at the end of his turn.
Red 1 is going to go 5, 10, 15. He's going to take 2 attacks at Drummond. He's going to bypass the cat and try to attack.
Can he take 2 attacks? Oh,
Actually,
was he not slowed?
the moment he entered my range, my reaction, I will strike at him.
Okay, he's going to use his reaction to try to parry your strike.
They am rolling low, and it's actually possible.
He does not parry, so go ahead and roll your damage.
How does that work, Mark? He has to roll higher than him?
Yes, but he burns his reaction doing it. He just makes a regular attack, and if... I don't even know if he could beat Thalion's 25. He could have tied the 25, and if he tied it, then nothing happens, but he would have had to crit to do it. So he does take the damage from the halberd, and he is still going to try to attack Drum twice. As Drummond and you guys are dressed as traitors, pretty much attacking them. Okay, here we go. 15 Drummond.
That's gonna hit.
6 slashing, and the second
Mark,
one
I will
is gonna
project
try
my
to-
ward in front of Droman, protecting him for 2 points of damage, so he only takes 4 damage from that attack.
Okay, so he barely manages to get his sword through your armor as the Sword of Force blows his sword back. Just enough to where as he tries to come in with a second attack, he's off balance. And he's not able to do so. And he doesn't have the wrench. He still has the wrench on him. That's the end of his turn. Thalion.
Thalion's going to strike with the opposite end first to see if he can knock this guy
I
out.
think you have to attack with your halberd first.
You're probably right. I'll just strike him down.
Because you have to make an attack before you can attack with the opposite end, if I remember Polearm Master correctly.
So I'll step from behind Drummond and thrust the axe in towards the guy's head.
I mean, if you want to hit this guy, you can move this way, make an attack with advantage on the prone guy with the halberd blade, and then spin around and still hit him with the end. Because both of these attacks are at advantage.
Well, you're right, and that's exactly what I was trying to attend. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so your attack on red 2 with advantage. 24 hits. Ooh, he's barely alive. And you spin around, getting ready to jab the other guy in the temple with the butt.
And that one's not at advantage, right?
It's at advantage. This one's prone, and this one has advantage, attack advantage due to moonlight, stealing his finger. 22 hits. He is donezo.
And then Star Shadow is going to maul the guy on the ground.
With advantage?
I kind of look at Garcia and just say, finish him slowly.
You just hit his AC. Go ahead and roll. Fatality. Is that the end of your turn?
Actually, I go right here next to this guy as I prepare to strike him.
Okay. It is Honcho's turn. Honcho's going to roll a d. $11, so he begins casting a spell, and you're watching as he's making these huge arcing turns, Zirak. This will not take effect until the next round. Valyria.
Is this guy dead? Number 2?
They are both dead, sorry.
Okay.
How did you move in? Just straight through Droman? Keep in mind that these two squares, 1 and red 2, cost 10 feet of movement to go.
Right here, I believe. 10, 15, 20, 10. So then I would have to be like here. It would be.
That's 10 feet of movement, both of these. So you'll end up standing in the squares, but you can do that since they're prone and dead. But I think you can stand here for 30 feet of movement.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame first.
On which one? Baldy or headdressing? Okay, Baldy will attempt deck save for the -2. That is an 8, so he fails. He will take 9 points of radiant damage as the holy flame of the Silver Lady begins to devour his flesh.
And I
nine,
guess...
9 points of damage to that guy is brutal.
Yeah, I'll just do that for now, and I'll stay there.
Okay. This guy is going to even cantrips, right? Cantrips, I still have to roll the d20 because that's a spell.
Yes, cantrips can still take 2 turns.
Okay.
They just don't. You can't break concentration on a cantrip, I don't think.
Oh, okay. So he begins to slowly reach out like he wants to touch your chest, Thalion, and he is going to have advantage on this due to your new awesome armor.
Wait, if Thalion's wearing scale mail made out of dragon hide, is that still considered a metal?
It's not hide, it's dragon scales. If it gains the same abilities as scale mail, then I'm going to say it's going to count with the same disadvantages.
I tried to help Thalion.
But I don't know, that's me. Let me hit somebody, goddammit. Which one is this guy? Oh, this guy here. Alas, poor York. I knew him well.
Yeah, I was thinking
11
the same thing.
still misses. He's just so slow. Thalion just kind of bats his hands away like a child reaching for a French fry. Ooh, that's embarrassing.
No.
That's the end of his turn. Stop. Laymore, you're up.
Got around 5, 10, 15, And I am going to throw my hand out, and I am going to... Should I? Let's go simple. I'm going to do Ray of Frost on the Summoner. Is that no, Necromancer?
Okay. So you're going to hold out at the guy. He's currently weaving his hands, trying to get something going. So go ahead and make your attack. He has -2 to his AC. Oh, wait. Stop. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I am an idiot. Gonna make a wisdom save with the initiate first. The initiate is no longer slowed. I completely forgot about that. And then the necromancer is going to attempt to make a wisdom save. Oh, Jesus. They are both no longer slowed. But his spell will still take effect in the next round. So your 11 will miss.
Prior to this, I just yelled back, I think it stopped working! Kill them now!
Okay. Top of round 2. It's only been 2 rounds.
Perfect.
Xerac.
That's actually perfect, Leo, that you yelled that out, because it did stop working, so I will end concentration on slow, because it's not slowing anyone anymore. And I will pull my tiny little diamond out of my pouch and cover it with flame and throw a softball-sized ball of fire at the Apostle, Necromancer.
Counterspell.
I'm never using spell slots again.
Thanks for clearing that up for me,
I
Jeff.
swear this happens to Xerac every time. It even happened when the guy wanted to take space.
Every caster Mark has in his games is going to have counterspell from now on. I should just assume that that's the case. Alright, my turn is over.
You guys are in a magical vault full of what seem to be wizards that practice a lot of magic, so you can assume that these guys are probably going to be prepared. And they are quite intelligent, and yes, the enemies do know what they're doing.
Right, but you don't have an automatic counter to all the melee attacks that are coming your way, only my attacks.
They're magicians.
So I would rather be a melee person who you can't counter unless you have a high 8 armor class.
We just killed the melee guys, so that
Well,
This is a very hard place for magicians and
Yes.
wizards.
My skills are being tested.
I will say that. You guys aren't killing a bunch of zombies and skeletons or ratmen like this. These are.
Or maybe
No,
Xerac,
you know what I can-
Elise was able to kick off her magic.
I'll look forward to the time, Mark, when I'm casting 8th level spells at you and you need to start making DC rolls to counterspell my shit. That's
I know,
what I'm
and
gonna
by the time you get to that level, then you're gonna try to have to counterspell like level 8, level 9 spells yourself. So like it's all gonna scale. So
Alright, well that will end my turn. And I'm assuming that the Apostle Necromancer has a spell that's getting ready to go off this turn that's gonna be fucking counterspelled. You're welcome.
there you go. Drone.
I'm gonna go up and get in their faces.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and attack the apostle in front of me. See if I can break his concentration on the spell before he even gets.
Okay, so he's the necromancer that's actually casting the spell. The apostle's the bald one. They haven't earned the right to wear hair yet.
It says apostle under the green guy, so maybe there's a token underneath.
Oh,
It says
apostle necromancer, and then this one's the apostle initiate. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't see any name on the guy up top, the bald guy.
Didn't even see his bar. There we go. 21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll all your damage. Okay, here comes his con save. fails. You stab him like right through the shoulder, and you cause him to call out and scream in pain as he lost concentration on the spell that he was slow in casting.
Then I'm gonna disengage, but I'm not gonna move. Right there.
Garshadow.
Seeing the opening, Droman just clearly left. Garshadow kind of gives a low growl, crouches down, and rushes forward to pounce on that same necromancer.
Okay. You watch in a panic as he tries to cast shield, but he cannot.
Garshadow sees the sparks and thinks it's gonna go off and hesitates.
Release.
Perfect. Okay. $30. Oh, dang it. Oh yeah, and then there's a little wall thing. Okay, so she doesn't see anything right now, so she is going to take the dodge action. Because there's a wall up here, right? So she can't really see that guy in the
No,
map.
you can totally see that because Falk's body was constantly body slammed against it. Before,
Oh, okay, so
that's
this little wall thingy McBob doesn't exist anymore?
yes,
little-
it's. I can't remove it because it's a part of the actual structure. of the map.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was still a thing. Okay, wow.
So the once beautiful partition that probably could have cost a lot of money is sort of lying on the ground, broken and shattered. This one, however, is still somewhat standing.
Has
then
Falk
Gershon
shaped
Newman there. She is going
outlines in
to.
it.
She is going to cast Vicious Mockery at the guy with the wizard person.
There's two wizard people.
Yeah, that one right there. Yep. The one with the.
Okay, Bald,
The brown mask.
casting the Baldy. Here comes Baldy's wisdom save.
Yeah, Baldy.
He's on fire with an 18. He does not understand this language you speak.
Curse you, wizards!
You should probably
Sorry, I was trying to help.
You should probably tell the Yo Mama joke in Draconic.
Well, it's her infernal versus his draconic. No comprehende.
Falk, you have disadvantage as the moonlight is fluttering around your head.
I'm going to move.
I'm just joking.
Temporary stop there. I'm going to look at the apostle, and his eyes start to go black as his vision begins to go black.
Counterspell. I'm just joking. What do I need to make? Constitution save.
I'm making him blind.
Okay, he's not proficient in con saves, but he's got a +1. So here we go. Oh, he fails.
There.
As his eyes fog over and he starts to look around panicked as he cannot see. We will give him the bleeding eye.
So he is blinded for 1 minute.
Okay, very good round. Moonlight.
Does he not get to save? Oh, he can make the save at the end of his turns. Okay.
Yes, but I did blind him, so he can't see. He can't counterspell you anymore, Zira. And all attacks against him have advantage.
So Moonlight flies up and slashes at Baldy's bald head, taking a taking a chunk of his baldness away.
He just looks like he was just attacked. Like scratches all over. He's not happening.
It's the birdemic.
Can you finally make it in there? Jeremy?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this has been a beating on a massive scale.
I am going to use True Strike against this one.
Okay. Double advantage.
I'm going to stand here and I'm going to like brandish my sword in slow motion.
He cannot see your mockery, sir, but he feels it in his soul. Okay, both of these guys are dead. Rudy is aiming, getting ready to shove the sword directly into that thing's heart. Thalion.
Seeing as the main guy is blind and the bald guy got distracted, I'm going to swing arcing out with the axe head aimed at the leader and then go into a swing at the bald guy.
Okay, both attacks are at advantage. Yep, that'll do it. So that's going to be 10 plus 10 plus 14 for 24. Yikes.
I just realized I didn't adjust the silver halberd since I was using the glaive before.
Oh, no worries. I did the maths. You spin it around now, getting ready to crack open the coconut, wearing the scarf.
Yep. As I do that, Garshadow's going to bite at the necromancer's leg. There's probably no point in the little might things triggering since I'm not wounded.
Ooh, ay. This could kill him. 6, so that's 18. Oh, he has 1 hit point. This guy is blind and he is trying to hold his entrails in. Very good round. It is his turn, so he is just going to reach out with his hands at Garshadow, who attacked. And he is blind, so this will be a disadvantage. I believe this is Okay, so he begins to reach out with his hands as he begins to move his fingers intricately in a remembered spell, sounding out some words as he reaches towards Garshadow. Does 16 hit Garshadow?
16 is what you needed.
Okay, as he casts Vampiric Touch. Garshadow takes 11 points of necrotic, and he gains 5 points of health back. Valeria, these two are ready to die.
Okay. 5.
Read them their last
Mark,
words.
don't forget to make your save at the end of the necromancer's turn to end the blindness.
I got you.
It's a con save.
Is it Norm?
The necromancer.
12, so he still fails.
Yeah, DC 14.
Okay, so he is still blinded. He did suck some of Garshadow's life, but he's still looking like he's in really bad shape. A 15. Oh, go ahead and toggle advantage and roll again. Because he's currently blind, so you have advantage on this attack. Okay, 16 will hit.
Okay.
Oh man, this guy is barely hanging on.
He just lost a healthy game.
Use a charge, so that'll be 2d6, I think.
Is that your last charge? Because I think you used one on the one
that's
on
fine.
the giant ape.
That's fine.
Go ahead and roll your damage. Absolute overkill as you smash him in the chest. You watch as the spikes burst out, like causing his ribs to break open. And you can actually see like the heart beating and then eventually stop as he kind of falls to the ground and then slumps forward dead.
To the other guy, and that's all I do. At the end of my turn.
Oh, this guy's...
Mommy, are you leaving?
This guy's not having a good...
Wait, there's a little girl?
He is going to touch his thumbs, hold out his fingers, and he is going to cast Burning Hands on Valeria, Drummond, and Garshadow. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to cast this at 2nd level. Okay. Garshadow doesn't have advantage. He does have advantage against spells, sorry. 15 succeeds, 16 succeeds. Drummond, you'll take half of half, so you'll take 3. No, 14 evasions. You will take 7 points of fire damage. Garshadow takes... Everybody takes 7 points of fire damage.
So it's 14 evasion means I take half of it, and then I'm resistant to fire, so I'd take another half, wouldn't I?
So 3. You take 3 points, Drummond. And then Valeria takes 7, and Garshadow takes 7. Alright. He just drops his hands down, exposes his neck, and he's ready to meet his god. Laymo. Let me take this off of him because the advantage is...
Is right here like difficulty right here because of the...
Yes, all these bodies here are difficult terrain in front of you, so it's going to be 15 feet of movement to get to here. It'll be 25 feet of movement to get to here. Or, like, you can cast Fireball and just get everything.
Thankfully, I do not have Fireball.
You gotta throw me a bone sometime, my friend.
I did! Lightning Bolt! Alright,
what do you got?
10, 15... I'll go to right here with my arm held back, and I'm going to do a Shocking Grasp, see if I can't hit that throat.
Okay. His AC is pretty low. 14 does hit because this particular person did not have Mage Armor cast.
Oh my god.
It's a good bit of damage to him, but he is still standing.
Did you get him?
Nope, still standing.
Zirak.
So, pardon me, excuse me, as I get in front of Falk, I will aim my finger at him and hurl a mote of fire at his face.
Counterspell, just joking. Oh yeah, 24 definitely hits. And that absolutely wrecked him. He is not looking good. His face is like blistered and peeling from the fire damage caused to him. He's kind of screaming, holding his hands in front of his face as like the steam's coming off. It's pretty bad.
I leave it to you, Drummond. Show us how it's done.
So I'm gonna walk out of his walk out of his burning hands, not taking much damage. I'm gonna step on the neck over here, and I'm gonna stab him.
No, I won't do the Curse of Strahd thing. Go ahead and stab him. Oh no! So you step sort of crunching on the necromancer and kind of look down, and as you step up getting ready to stab, your foot slips on the silk robes that he's wearing on his chest a little bit, losing your balance, and your attack just goes wide right. He's not going to live long enough to make an advantage attack against you, but that does fail unless you want to try to attack with an offhand.
No, I've just got one attack.
Okay. Because I think you can attack as your bonus action if you don't use it for anything else.
That's correct. You could use a dagger and just fling a dagger at his face.
Sure, I'll do that if you'll allow me to.
Yeah, I mean you still have your use an object action, so you can use an object, grab your dagger, and then just slam it into his face. The only thing is you won't be able to count your dexterity mod to the.
So it's just a proficiency roll?
Yeah, go ahead and make a regular dagger attack that you have set up, and then when you roll damage, we just won't count the dex mod. 6, so that's 3. He's still alive, but you still get to use your sneak.
That's correct. So actually, he did 19 points of damage by sticking a dagger in his throat while he missed with his sword.
So it's like I slip and I just like, I don't know, put my dagger in him and I just like cut him as I fall down.
You hear him screaming as like his vocal cords are melting from the heat that's like burning from him, and you missed with the rapier almost as if you stopped, and then you pulled out a dagger and then you put it right against his throat and then just like surgical, cutting the voice box so it silences him and the scream stopped, thankfully, and you pull it out, let him drop to the ground. We are now officially out of combat.
I would like to go up to this leader and search his body to see what crystal he might have had on him.
No, I was going to do the same thing. I was looking for spell components.
Okay, go ahead.
I told you we could take them. Not a problem.
Both of you go ahead, since you're looking for two different things. Both of you give me investigation checks.
I would actually like to go back to that desk where I found the keys and see if there's anything I might have missed.
You look in the desk, and you see that all the drawers have been ransacked. Sort of opened, the roll tops have been opened. Falk, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Drummond will do the apprentice while they do the master.
Okay. Give me a second here. I got Mathis sitting on my my leg right now, so it's hard for me to reach around everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, Thalion, roll a 1d6 for me, please. As you reach kind of through the pockets of the big guy, you see that you find you find a couple potions. You reach in and you grab another one of the sediment potions, the one that was identified as a potion of climbing, and then you find a regular potion of healing. Drummond, go ahead and give me a D8. Or a D6, sorry, D6. Wait. 5. Drummond, you find a potion of greater healing on the initiative.
Nothing on this guy, you guys.
And Thalion, as you sort of dig through, find the potions, you reach in, and you see that he does have a glyph key, but it is a regular crystal glyph key, a white one. Falk.
Yes.
I'm trying to find some materials. Give me a second.
The one thing I'm specifically looking for is that black onyx, so I could cast my animate ghoul
As you
spell.
dig through, you find an eggshell and a snakeskin glove.
An eggshell and a snakeskin?
Yes. You also find what seems to be a bottle with some blood in it. With the blood is a piece of...
Is a piece of what?
A piece of flesh, and then what seems to be a white powdery substance kind of sprinkled that's staying on top of the blood. You think that could be bone dust.
I will pocket all of that and put it with my in my pouch.
Okay.
How odd. You only
Is this eggshell? Oh, I'm sorry.
One of you speak, please.
I was just gonna ask about the eggshell. Is it like, I'm assuming it's a chicken egg, but I'm talking about the condition. Is it a powder egg or is it like a whole?
No, it seems to be like, think of a petrified eggshell. It's hard. Something that looks like you would hold. It looks like it's something that's sturdy that could be used over and over again for a spell.
Okay, I just need to know for my notes.
Must say, I was expecting him to have a different key if they were heading back to this mother they always speak of.
Now, I will say that he's... No, you don't get to use a marker. I will say that you did hear him say that they're going to the demon chamber. I assume you guys thought that meant the torture chamber and not the summoning chamber to the north.
think I was assuming they were gonna go to the first chamber we got stuck in initially.
Well, since we're here, we should quickly also search them for the notes. If I heard them saying take what they can.
I mean,
before
it's
they
pretty
left.
easy. You're looking at the destroyed body of these two guys, and they're both wearing what seem to be like shoulder satchels that seem to be stuffed to the gills with what seems to be random paper kind of put in.
If we're going back to the vampire, we need to check and see if any of these notes say which keys unlock the harnesses.
That is if there are such notes.
Everyone spread out the sheets of paper and take a read through, see if we can figure this out quickly.
And I think I should change my disguise because
Everybody that's reading paper, I need just give me intelligence checks, and this will be your ability to go through this information and pick out the important stuff. Because the Lich did say something to you guys before he left. Valeria, you begin to look through, and you're just kind of disgusted at the papers that you found. A lot of the stuff in here seems to be about experiments, counting the seconds of how long it takes someone to die. Different people, commoners, slaves, warriors, beasts. There's papers that talk about trying to harness souls for power and energy. Drummond, you find a particularly nasty set of what seem to be diary journals that speak about very crude blood magic. Stuff that is, quite frankly, to the point of obscenity, and just the vile reports that he put in about, draining someone of all their blood and using that to forge arcane focuses, and kind of stuff like that. Oddly enough, in all these notes, there is no reference whatsoever about his keys. Falk, I think you're intelligent enough to remember that he told you that all the important stuff was as he tapped his head up here.
well, it seems like he took the information with him when he left. So we either go through the portal that we found, or which portal are we going to go through now? Where's Zirak?
I'm in the room. I'm sitting on the couch. I plopped on the couch and put my feet up and was satisfactorily pleased with the outcome of that quick little exercise of our skills.
Okay, the other thing is still up, so I can't see you. That's why I'm like, wait, where the hell does Zirak go?
There was another white portal back in the room up to the north that we couldn't get through. We could see if any of our keys unlock that one. Might lead to a different hole.
So
I think we should do that. I think we need to try our keys and see if we can find a different place to go.
Falk, I will let you know that you do remember that him speaking in Draconic with the initiate next to him, he clearly, plainly said in your mind that the others are back in the summoning chamber, getting everything back and running. You know that the summoning chamber is to the north, so with that information, you can intelligently surmise that there could be more people inside.
So, they were saying that there were more people in the summoning chamber getting ready to summon more demons. I believe that's to the north. So I don't think we should go that way.
So then the way that we came through, that'll take us to Resimolo, is our option.
Well, isn't there a portal in that big chamber to the right if we enter?
Which
Or we could try going through these doors again.
No,
No, not those doors. No.
that has the big, scary, glowing thing I'd rather not look at.
You're confusing me, Falk. The portal that I'm mentioning that we can take back to the origin is the one we also walked through with the special key. The other one is in the chamber that you just said they should have others waiting for us.
Okay, I know there's a portal in the chamber up ahead, and there's a portal up in the corridor that we could not open all the way.
Yes, in order to get to the one that you're mentioning, we have to go through the area where there are probably more guards.
Alright, so if we go up north, there are more guards. If we go back down and continue back through the jail, they're demon loose in there. So I think the only way we have left that there's no one guarding is the Black Gate.
That's what I'm suggesting. We can take the Black Gate back to the original entrance, which then will take us through Resimolo. Yes, we would be back.
Or we could try to find some. Sorry, Mark. You confused me. I'm confused as.
You're a necromancer. You know that necromancers deal with the dead, deal with the spirits. You know that there are people who are capable of speaking with dead. There's a cast called Speaking with the Dead. I'm just saying that you disposing of the bodies in a situation like this could probably help. If there's nothing to speak to, that's just me helping you.
I know, but I can't speak with dead. I don't have that spell, if that's what you're referring to, but...
No, I'm saying that there are people here that can speak with the dead. So leaving bodies laying around means that they could, hey, oh look, a dead body, I wonder what happened. Speak with the dead.
Oh, okay. I take out my dagger and start cutting out their tongues and removing their lower jaws.
You're a necromancer, and even I know that won't do it. I know enough about the spell Speak with Dead that you speak to the spirit of the creature, not the actual creature. We need to take these bodies and throw them into the cages where the demons are, and maybe the demons will eat them, or something.
No, you can't.
Or I guess I could...
As soon as you say that, somehow Falk was even paler than he usually is. Like, no, we can't go...
Oh, because that's right, he pissed them off. Like by winking and blowing them.
Well, they were already pissed off.
We can't go that way
back
either.
A little bit.
Wait, to the north? No, that won't. Well, maybe. What if we drag the bodies to the room with all the demons in the little cages? We go to the door, the exit. I know. We go to the door. Oh, there's what? There's what guys?
There's guys directly to the north of us that we heard. So the guys we just killed talked about guys in the room directly north of us, basically starting up the rituals again. So there's probably guys in the room directly.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh
well, then
and chop each of these heads free from their bodies.
That's not going to work.
That's not going to work either. Why don't we just take the bodies with us when we go teleport to the Black Gate? Everybody grab a hand and we teleport with them. Yeah, we have to remember, like Mark said, this environment can change with our actions. So we just take them with us.
Let's open the Black Gate to that garden we stayed at, and we'll just throw the bodies in.
That's what I was just about to suggest.
That's a good idea too. Let's do that.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Okay. You guys begin to drag the 4 bodies through here, walking back into the torture chamber, seeing the bodies of the white and the skeletons. Moving over to the black portal, Falk sticks the ruby key inside, and you guys see the Twilight Garden on the other side as you begin to move the bodies and just kind of unceremoniously throwing them kind of off to the side. Once the work has been done, you guys begin to move just as you begin to hear sounds. Creaking and slithering, and you're watching as the roots of the plants inside begin to sort of snake and move towards the deceased bodies. And then you watch as the roots begin to pierce the bodies and begin to roll in through, intertwining with the bones and the flesh, coming out of one eye socket back into the other, as flowers sort of begin to move out from the corners and they begin to grow and sort of stay on now what seems to be this giant, morbid mulch pile, as the plants are devouring the bodies.
That's right. It did kind of do that. Feed off blood and the dead.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Yep. It's almost as if I went right back to those sores again for a split second. Huh. Fun times. Ugh.
I'll say that you guys bring the Dread Warriors as well.
And we should probably throw in the Minotaur.
How are we gonna
guys are
fit the
dragging
Minotaur through the portal?
No, this scene looks correct. Don't mess with this scene.
I think this is
This
also
scene looks
correct,
like-
because these guys were killed by the Minotaur, so they'd be like, oh, we got
Right.
killed by him.
They all killed each other. Leave
But then
it.
who killed and skinned the
Exactly.
Minotaur?
The Minotaur, obviously.
You never know, they might have thought those 2 demons that got released somehow.
He died of his wounds after fighting and killing all these guys in the room.
He died of his
whatever,
wounds,
we don't
then
have to
skinned
explain
himself,
that.
lost his heart, and took his horns out.
Right.
Yeah, totally. We can just say that Skeleton, ripped his heart out before they both died and crushed it, and yeah.
Or
Yeah, so
one of
it's-
these guys survived the fight with the Minotaur and took his stuff and then went this way.
Or is on
To the-
their
to
way
the-
back to Mother to report.
Okay, so
Sure.
anyways, what are we doing now?
Well, we can't go
We're
north,
going
so-
through the Black Gate.
Correct.
Okay,
Where?
do me a favor, group yourselves up.
Outside or Resimota?
It's all the same spot. We're heading towards the one that'll take us through Resmelda.
Yeah, but
Can we even get outside?
yeah, remember, I could get us back outside. That's why I'm asking. Are we going back outside the tower, or are we going back to Resimota?
That is the same one. That one will take us to the entrance that'll bring us to Resmelda.
Never mind.
So you guys remember being told that once you've seen a Black Gate, you can go to it. Falk has never seen the Black Gate in the Chandelier Room. Yes, he has. I'm an idiot. So they're talking about the Black Gate in the Chandelier Room.
Okay, I will bring up that image for the gate.
You guys see the stone walls of the Chandelier Room. son of a gun. Sort of shimmer before you. Some sounds start to filter in as you guys begin to step through one by one, and again are greeted by the staunch undead as the large minotaur skeleton begins to stand up at your arrival. Is everybody on the map?
Yes.
Okay. You guys watch as the spiritual woman, whom you know is referred to as Lorico, steps in, and she looks at all of you, and you watch her sort of elvish face. Her eyes kind of go dark a little bit as the smile creeps and creeps and creeps, and you're watching as the smile is almost a rip in her face as it begins growing towards her ears. And this large, nasty smile. He's been waiting for you. And that's where we're going to end it tonight. Right at 10 o'clock.
Okay. I'm gonna say, you guys know I'm still as a lich. I've been telling you they are trying to kill the lich.
Yeah,
You guys know for a fact that Falk did not take off his makeup, and that Rezamoda really wants Vosal dead. So this is gonna be great.
I've been trying to take it off and warn you guys, but oh well.
What do you mean? You've been trying. You could have posted in the chat. I take off my disguise before we went through the portal.
I was gonna do that before we left, but it's fine. I'm not worried.
Yeah, you guys totally nerfed that necromancer because he had 2 5th level spells to burn, and then that slow just fucked him up.
That was my idea. I wanted to slow them, and I'm glad you failed 3 of those 4 saves. That made my job a lot more satisfying.
Yeah, so those necromancers are they're some of the stronger casters in this place, at least when it comes to apostles. So you guys did a really good job nerfing them. I really thought you guys were just going to jump in the portal and just bypass it all, but you guys managed to score some more XP, so well done.
Well, and we got a key out of it. But might not be a new key, but we got something out of it.
Just remember, you can always test the attunement of those keys.
All right. Well, after we sacrifice Falk to this smiling lady, we'll test a key.
We have brought him to you.
We have brought you your target.
But yeah, well done. You guys are still stuck in the demon hold. I apologize. The demon hold is hell. But there are sounds of battle reverberating throughout the pit as another demon is being culled and tamed. As Rezamoda once again has a fight going on in the pit. And we will pick up with you guys entering this area. Seeing what you can do, and hopefully not have to fight Rezamoda.
I tried to come up with a Trojan horse idea, but
Hey, real quick, Mark, Doug, Jeremy, Brad, before you log off, we had talked at the end of session on Saturday about having a session this Saturday to complete the monstrous deeds. And Mark, I don't know if you heard, but you are on the ship.
I won't be able to play this Saturday.
Okay, well then we won't hold it because it's the finale, and you have to.
I wasn't planning on having to play this coming Saturday.
Yeah, it wasn't our normal plan, but we can't play the following Saturday for I don't remember what reason. The 23rd, somebody else can't make it. All right, well, I'll just put up a post then, so that's fine.
And if Terrar's on the ship, be prepared. He's going to attack Oguran.
That he won't be able. We'll catch you up. You weren't there, so we role played for you, and you are not attacking him.
Okay.
The party managed to calm you down.
Ooh.
Plus, you're your rage had subsided because you were floating softly like a feather down to the ground, and you were like, "I'm not mad anymore."
I think he's still going to try to kill a Gurren at some point. So Jeremy, beware.
Yeah, we'll see how well you do one-on-one.
Well, and also,
I almost
a
threw you off
Gurren is
one-on-one. What are you talking about?
a Gurren
I
is
was at
quite,
disadvantage, and you were still having a hard time.
Well, yeah, we can play that out but the next session is going to be our final session, so we'll just figure out what day works and we'll wrap it up. You guys are back. You're heading towards the glade where you met the dark-robed woman who warned you of your impending doom if you stayed there.
Okay.
So I'll post some information up, but you're there. Starless saved you. She sent a giant eagle down to snatch you up and bring you back. Excuse me.
No Tomb of Annihilation this weekend. Hopefully we'll have one next Friday.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Little.
Have a good night.